setting was.
Yeah.
And Jesus H. Christ. It's loud in this joint, Steph.
Oh, yeah, it is.
1, 2, 1 call. That's all. Good Lord. All right, we're going live. And it's all the Just for Funners. And listen, I have no idea on our microphones. People are going to have to let us know because if I would have went ahead and swapped over to the digital stuff, it would have had a setting that said Stephanie.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, if it was digital, it would have a setting that says Scott on this mic, Joey on this mic, Mike on this mic, and then it'd be like, Durr. That'd be Stephanie's setting.
Everybody said Steph did a great job yesterday.
All right, I'm going to go up Mike a little bit.
The love boat.
Everybody let us know.
Will be making
Voices, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
The love boat.
All right, let's hear a testing 1, 2, Steph.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm assuming that's good. I can't tell.
Well, yeah, she got all the way to 8.
And she didn't even look at her feet.
That's why I could only get to 8.
You know what it is? She didn't beat her feet, so she couldn't take her shoes off.
I know you're loud in my, maybe the headphones.
Listen here, biatch. Sounds perfect right now. So that's from Little Richard.
Well, can you turn the headphones
Could
down
you
a little
shut up while I try to seduce talk you?
While you seduce talk me?
How's that, Steph? Is that better? Here, hold on. Let me see your hand.
Oh Lord, where's the taser?
Uh-oh, yeah, really.
It's all on video. Let me see your hand. You gotta look, stubby arms. You're gonna have to lean this way a little bit.
Leave my T-Rex arms alone.
I'm sorry, man. I can't crawl over the table to try to reach your hand. Okay.
Oh Lord.
How are you now? Does that voice sound better for you?
Quit touching that. Leave that alone.
How's that doing for you? How's that for you?
Stop that.
DJ Scotty.
If you were watching video, you would have just got grossed out if you'd have saw what I did to her hand. But what this means is you need to go home and watch it.
Or either that or Purell, wherever you're at.
Yeah, where is
Little Richard said, Scotty, you're just a little
sanitizer?
loud. Richard, shut the F up. I don't normally talk to listeners like that, but it is you.
Yeah, that's your little friend.
Aww.
From Rich Archer, he says, I can hear you. I can hear you.
How about now? Does that sound better now?
Now.
Yeah.
So, anyways. So we're back on the Mac.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah. And Steph said, this is Steph, and this ain't redneck Steph. I'm talking just regular Steph.
Just regular Steph.
Just regular Steph. She said, I actually like the Mac better than Sam's.
Mm-hmm.
I would think
And
so.
I said, the difference is you know how when you go to work at one business, say you go from working at one auto parts store to another, and you say, well, I only worked at that one for X number of weeks, and I didn't like it, so I came here. And they say, good, because that means we don't have to untrain you. You ever heard that kind of story? Okay. The problem is I'm so used to Sam's that I'm aggravated having to learn something different. But Steph is learning both new.
Yeah.
So she's looking at this going, this is actually easier.
And it looks cool.
My only thing is my out RMS. You can see the green going up. I need to get used to it and figure out what numbers. Like over on the Sam's, if it turns red, we back down a little bit. This one, if you get up in because it counts backwards from 60 to 24 to 18. Those are just a few of the numbers. But right now I'm pegging out at 9, maybe 6. You get up at around 3, 2, 1, 0, it's in the red. So, I'm just learning it.
Well, turn your phone up, Jeff, if you can't hear us. He sent me a message that he can't hear
Jeff,
any of us.
if you can't hear worth of crap, you either need to turn your beer down and your phone up.
Like my mother used to say, clean out your ears. I'm talking plenty loud.
Yeah.
Well, so nice storms yesterday. Blow through Atlanta like freaking Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, it blew through the Just for Fun studio too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Taking the internet with her.
I'm talking to
Really?
I'm talking to my AT&T guy, saying what he's telling me he's going to be here. So how about this? So I get, and I'm going to act it out. So I finally get the AT&T people on the phone. The lady says, "Well, from what I can tell, I can't seem to fix your box. It just shows that there's no connection to your house." And I'm like, "Okay, Stephanie, what are you doing?"
Yesterday, this cord
You
got
could mess
all
up a
yanked
story.
out.
Everybody, Mike, report something besides
Sorry.
what that look is on your face.
Alrighty, the TSA. You got to love this. We spent billions of dollars for the last 14 years to have TSA agents. And yesterday in the Senate hearing, you know what they came up with? They came up with the fact that in 14 years and all that high-tech gizmo-reality and the billions and billions of dollars that we're actually no better than when we just had the regular folks there with the regular X-ray machine. So all of these tax dollars, once again, have been completely wasted because TSA agents are no more efficient in stopping anything than they were before 9/11.
So that's just a waste of money,
Huge.
as far as we know.
Now I got to look something up because I was listening to the Senate hearings yesterday. I got to look something up and before I actually report it, but this will make you giggle. Okay, the TSA, the people that check you out, the people with the facial recognition software, FRS, all this stuff, the people that wand you and grope you inappropriately, in my case, appropriately. Okay, they do not have access to the watch list. Come on, that's a little funny, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I'm conducting business.
Jeff Little Richard wants to know if you want the number to his hearing aid. The hearing aid guy.
Listen, Jeff's problem is the beer. It's not the hearing.
Yeah, Jeff actually sent back that.
Because let me tell you, when Jeff hears a girl say, "No, quit, you're bothering me," while he's sober, he understands it. But when he's drunk, all he hears is, "No, don't stop," really fast.
Yeah.
And he keeps doing it.
He has
No, don't stop. No, don't stop. No, don't stop.
He has an alcohol hearing deficiency.
That's right.
I like those big words.
And the only difference between him and a rape victim is the rape hasn't happened yet.
Or I was going to say the police report. The only difference between the two is a written, documented act. So yeah. Oh. So yesterday, DJ Scotty and I were at the Kroger in Loganville. Thank you.
Hey, there is a clear difference between those two.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. I would like to go ahead and say something, and it's not inappropriate, but I have to say that I've gone to many Walmarts and I've gone to many Krogers in my life, and I must say that the ladies at Loganville are amazingly beautiful. There are just so many beautiful women that go into the Loganville Kroger. And I was just...
Let me just say this, since Mike tried to dumb it down and PC it. Yesterday was an ass festival. That's the only way to put it. I was blown away at the pants that these chicks were wearing.
It's crazy.
I can tell you that, Stephanie, stop. It's reality. I can give you a 90% guess. Well, let me put it this way. I can guess that 90% of them were not wearing underwear.
Oh, my God.
And the reason I can say that
is because they were wearing yoga pants.
They might as well have been yoga pants. There was a couple of chicks that was in solid gray dress pants, the slack type pants that might be like mostly polyester. But gray would show like a panty line.
Yeah.
Well, no, panty lines. I thought one of them, the pants were so tight, I could have stood there and read her pulse beating through a thigh.
Oh.
Shush.
Wow.
Yes, it was, and we're not criticizing. I'm not being negative about this at all. And you don't hear me complaining, but I even looked at my brother-in-law and old Goober over here as the bus was fixing to leave. I said, is it just me, or did I feel like we were at a butt convention?
I'm telling you, dude, it's just crazy. I love Loganville.
You could tell it was an event and they weren't like in their regular work clothes because it's getting hot in here.
Even customers, man.
We were blown. Oh yeah, yesterday
We were right.
I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone.
We're kind of in a weird place, though.
And because they're all standing and we're sitting, we're at butt level.
Oh yeah, your hair smells nice.
Stephanie, don't act embarrassed. You know this is
I'm not
funny.
embarrassed. I'm over here snickering, and I'm wondering how much your wife is going to kill you.
She's
Probably
okay
her.
with it.
Oh.
I love you. Hello.
Good morning.
What's happening?
Happy hump day to y'all. Not much. I heard you say something about a butt convention. Where is it at?
It was at Loganville Kroger
And
yesterday.
you weren't invited.
I think they brought in the hottest
I swear.
customer people representatives ever. Oh, but the one thing I got to tell you, Mike, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
The girl that you were most infatuated with,
She's
It was
married.
really a dude.
Was a guy.
she's
She's married.
gay.
No.
Mike was like
I'm-
so infatuated with this one girl, and
No.
she votes lesbian.
Well, I'm a lesbian.
Might just have her bring a girlfriend with her.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh
lesbian.
my god,
I
I
work that one out.
Hey, look,
Mike! Have you ever seen Mike? Because you can see what his drive women to be lesbian. Stephanie,
personally-
That was
Stephanie's
nice.
mouth, Stephanie's mouth just
I'm
dropped.
personally responsible for the demographics between 18 and 35 young women becoming lesbian.
Oh.
That was awesome. I've never seen Stephanie go so speechless so fast. Her mouth just dropped.
You know, if that was turned around and you said it to a woman, they'd be offended. You say it to me, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm responsible. I admit it. Crazy.
Oh my God.
No,
Jeff
it
is
sounds
too,
pretty
by the
cool.
way.
Oh, absolutely.
It sounds pretty crisp coming through the phone.
What?
Well, okay.
Your
Well,
new Mac.
thank you.
I'm telling you, here's what happened. So the reason we haven't been using it is because all the settings were just jacked. Like the music was distorted, the voices were distorted,
Yeah.
and there's a gain knob. And the gain, you're ready to start laughing, aren't you? The gain knob should be dead center
Yes, it should.
where it says 100%.
All the time.
When I told you yesterday, because I'm dyslexic and I can't remember, it was either at 283. Yes, it was at 283.
Damn. So that's
The
why
gain
that-
should have been zeroed out, which is dead center, which should be 100%, meaning that you're getting true 100%. You don't go down, which would be muting us a little bit. You don't go up, which would be making distortion.
Yeah, so that's why the very first time you and I used it,
It sounded like crap.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were talking in a can.
So yeah, but me and my wife were down here, roughly 5 a.m.
What? You and your wife were down here roughly?
At 5 a.m. My wife comes down the steps at 5 a.m. to see that I'm down here working on all these computers, and she just sits behind me and starts Googling everything. Don't you look at
What
me
does that even mean?
about the program, you
At least you didn't
reject.
say she was gargling.
So my wife started Googling behind me
Mhm.
and telling me all the settings that need
So
to be
that's what
changed.
that's what the kids are calling it.
That's what the kids call it.
So she had to change your settings.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It is. It is, however, still running song titles across the top as y'all are speaking.
Well, it has to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
because as of right now, so here's what's going on. So, and I'll go back to my ATT and story in a minute, but what it is my router, it got zapped during the lightning storm yesterday. So 1 minute I have service, 1 minute I don't. So what happened is for like 5.5 hours yesterday, Steph's watching TV at her house saying, I've got Uverse, and me, I had no Uverse. So I finally get them on the phone. I did all the resets, nothing worked. They said they're going to have to send somebody out. I'll give you the other version of the story in a minute. But then all of a sudden, my daughter comes home. It's like 9:30. And I said, hey, whatever you do, don't connect the Wi-Fi on the Samsung, because that's what was broadcasting. The radio station was off of my phone. And I'm like, don't sign into that. She goes, what? I said, don't sign into that Wi-Fi. She goes, well, I'm signed into Scotty. And I went, Scotty doesn't work. She goes, yes, it does.
And she said, no, he doesn't.
So I had to come over to the router to notice that even though it's still blinking a red light that screws up some of my TV, all of a sudden my internet was back. So I came down here, I changed everything back to regular, and then damn it, I get ready to go to bed at 10:30, internet's down again.
Cool.
I wake up this morning, internet's back on. So we're running video right now, and we're running the radio station right now. But I need everybody to know that if at any moment we disappear, give us, like, if you keep handing me stuff while I'm talking, if you give us about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, we'll be back on, because what I'm going to have to do is jack everything back into the phone from the next computer.
If we all disappear, two things have probably happened. One, ICE showed up, and two, the SWAT team that accompanies the custom agents.
Little Richard says he hears static in the background. I need to know, do you hear static ever since Jeff got on the phone? In other words, is it through the phone?
Yeah, buddy.
Tell him to check his hearing aid.
Yeah, Little Richard said my hearing aid guide. You know, I got
And look,
a computer.
hey,
guy, I got a computer guy.
hey, Little Richard just says we're off air that fast.
Are we off air?
Yep.
So nobody can hear us?
Have a happy hump day, dude. I'll let you get to your show.
All right, can you hear us, Jeff?
Yeah, I can hear y'all fine.
Yeah, because he's on the phone. But isn't the phone running? Isn't the phone running the station?
Yep, we're out of here, Jeff.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
once I get off the phone.
Bye.
I'll let
See
y'all
ya,
know.
buddy.
Okay,
Bye.
what happened is the internet jumped for 30 seconds. When it did, it kicked us off of this one, and my backup computer kicked on.
So there's a whole bunch of kung fu kicking going on.
Just dang, man. This is driving me nuts.
You need a tech guy.
Well, no, I don't need a tech guy. What I need is Uverse to work is what I need. Tell Little Richard to let us know when we're back.
You got a better chance with a tech guy.
now Jeff is sending no sound coming through.
No sound. Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently
Volume is
experiencing
up.
technical difficulties. Moon River.
Good Lord, man, this drives me bonkers. And it all took just the internet to shut down for just a few seconds.
Right.
This is one reason I didn't want to do video, because
It's on now. Metallica is playing.
all you guys,
Gone again from Jeff. So
Gone again.
hey, this is why, it aggravates me to have to deal with Uverse, man. Uverse sucks. I mean, they just crap, man. They are just crap lately. And that's why I want to get rid of them and be done with it.
Have you know when they advertise, they say up 99.9999% of the time. Do you know how much time that really represents that they're down?
Yeah.
It's staggering numbers. But that's they can't be up all the time, I guess. Not 100%. You ever heard of the company SpaceX?
No. And you do know I'm trying to focus on this,
Yes,
and
sir,
I
I'm
don't
just
want to
trying-
really
Yeah.
have a conversation with
He-
you.
he can't-
Just
he-
freaking talking. So they're
I know.
all right.
Y'all two carry on
he's-
conversation, but don't expect me to be part of it.
well,
don't-
there's nothing going out. So
I'll sit here.
I told them to let us know when it's back up. What happened to the station? Just for Fun Radio.
You didn't hear a phone call, did you?
Oh, I did, but I thought you answered.
1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, we're back live on the Sam's because I couldn't get the Mac to come back up. I'm telling you, if I get any more pee off today, there will be hell on earth. And it all goes back to friggin' stupid old
AT&T.
AT&T. They just drive me nuts, man. They suck.
Well, this morning, as crazy as it sounds, I never lost service last night, but this morning I turned on.
Somebody
Ashley's
let me know if
TV.
they can hear us, by the way, so I know. Hold on.
Little Richard said it's playing again. But I turn on Ashley's TV and it says that system needs to restart
Yeah.
due to an update.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
kind of where it runs back to
okay.
normal.
But it didn't do that on my TV when I turned mine on to watch the news this morning. It just did it on Ashley's. So I guess Ashley just gets the updated version of Uverse and I have to
There
use
you
the
go.
old stuff.
That's the way it should be.
And I almost said I didn't want to do a show today, but the problem is, then we don't do a show, and that's aggravating to me. Because I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah. What he said.
Did you see the picture that I tagged you in on Facebook yet? The only reason
You're
why,
fixing to see me zap you with a zapper. Do I look like I've been playing on Facebook this morning?
well, it should have alerted you. And the only reason why I asked
When
is
did you
Jeff,
do it?
is Jeff just
When did you do it?
liked it.
When did you do
I
it?
don't know. Let's see what time.
14 days ago?
57 minutes ago.
And what was I doing 57 minutes ago?
We were talking.
Shut you on that one. She got you.
So that means while I'm trying to do all this, I had time to go play on your little reindeer games.
She got you.
Are you just trying to make me an asshole?
No,
Are you just
I'm
trying to make me look
I'm
like an
trying
asshole?
to make you
Because
laugh.
while I'm in the middle of a stress crisis mode here,
I'm trying to make
I have to look at your face.
No, but it says who your soulmate is. And I did this 3 times, and it says who your soulmate is.
I'm going to tell you something.
Oh my
Well,
God.
actually, who?
There's
If
no-
those ruby slippers would come off your feet, I'd give them to Dorothy.
It's not me. I'm not your soulmate. Travis is. And look, it says,
Oh.
according to our analysis of your Facebook.
So how about I was going to talk to Mike about why don't we do let's do an event
Okay.
for the vets.
Okay.
And let's call it Drags for Vets.
Mm.
We'll do a drag show.
Mm.
The catchphrase will be, if you think Mustangs are fast, wait till you see Zach twerk.
Mm.
No comment.
We'll
I can just see all them drag queens dressed up like
I can
a
just see Zach.
sailor,
I can
an
just see
army
Zach
person.
trying to salute him,
Oh my goodness.
especially if it was a morning show.
How you like this flag?
Oh my God. Mike,
I'm usually up for stuff, and I look.
Mike says I'm usually up for
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm gonna miss that.
You're not going to be there?
No.
Man, how can you not support just for fun?
Well, shoot, man. That's what I do. But yeah, I mean, you want to do something for the vets? You let me know. But
I just told you what I want to do for the vets.
yeah, and you told me. I don't want to be a part of it.
Oh, you don't want to be a part of it?
Yeah,
Hey, anybody that's listening, what sounds better? This or the Mac, by the way? Let us know.
Little Richard probably be able to tell you.
Yeah, little Richard, send me a message. Let me know which one sounds better.
Good Lord. What a nightmare.
Nightmare on Underwood Drive. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, is anybody ever going to actually speak? Steph?
Oh, yesterday I did notice one thing. When I was using the Mac, all of a sudden, without me touching anything, it started. The mic button came undone, and it started playing the music.
Well, it's
again.
like now I can't get the Nicecast to come up.
Jeff says iHeartRadio.
I used to have a friend named Jeff once, and he was kind of a cool cat.
Little Richard said that they sound about the same. So,
That's good.
Jeff, have you lost your mind?
He's lost a friend, is what he's
well,
done.
at least he didn't say Pandora.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying on iHeart. So
Yeah, we are trying for it.
it's going to take a little while. Those people don't move fast, but I imagine they're just overwhelmed.
You think?
Oh God, yeah. I imagine everybody and their brothers trying to get on there. Now, I did do some research on that blog radio stuff, and tell you the honest goodness truth, to me, it just comes across as being an RSS podcast.
What does?
that thing we were talking about yesterday, when you called me, I was doing the research on that Block Speak or Blog Speak, Blog Radio. And it's really, I mean, there are a couple live, but it's extremely expensive. I just don't, I mean, I'm sure it gets out to a lot of people, but here again, you're still dealing with if your product, you know, isn't something people want to listen to, you're not going to have listeners. I mean, that's all there is to it. It's niche market, and blasting it out to 1 million potential listeners
doesn't change anything.
Doesn't change anything if they don't want to hear it.
If they don't want to hear it.
And you still got to pay your monthly bill with them. And like I say, it ain't cheap.
Yes.
It ain't cheap. Now, you know, they work themselves up to that position. They're the number one provider for a blog radio show.
But
it's, man, I just, you know, and they have a revenue sharing type thing off of the advertisements. And I don't know, I generally try to read 25 to 30 comments on both sides of the story. You know, the 1 and 2 stars and the 4 and 5 stars, just to get a feel for it. And I got to tell you, the 4 and 5 stars really sounded like professional writings. They read like it was written by a staff writer. And the 1s and 2s generally, you know, it's just like Amazon or eBay. I read all those stupid comments, but you know, you get people that go, because my mom won't let me play PlayStation 4, I hate it. You know,
yes.
What the hell does that mean?
And isn't that insane?
Yeah, but I mean, there's tons of that stuff. They don't understand that, especially like that Fiverr or any of these other things. You live off of your rating. eBay, holy smokes, you live off your rating on eBay. Everybody now is starting to try to circle navigate their comments on eBay by saying, hey, if you have a problem, contact us directly. Do not write a bad review.
Right.
Give us the opportunity to correct it. So, you know, I think that's great. And you guys know I had that problem. I bought those Beat Studios, and the Beat Studio showed up.
Is everybody ready? Because Mike's going to explain this, and this
is
is probably the most insane story
I mean,
that I've ever
okay,
heard.
So if I'm going to buy something online and it's not coming from Amazon, if I do go to eBay, I do a tremendous amount of research. And so this is a 5-star rating, over 10,000 transactions on eBay, 5 stars, read the comments. Everything's great. Good price, quick delivery for my Beats headphones for the stuff I do at the house there. So I'm like, okay, let's go with it. So I buy them. They show up in a box. Now you got the Beats box inside a shipping box.
I'm listening.
Okay. And so it's got the little air pillows in there. Okay. So I get it. Well, I don't always open my mail. First day I get it, you know, if I'm busy, I might get to it in a day or two. Well, in about 3 days, I open this up. Okay. And I put the Beats box, and you know, they got those cool boxes, man. Spend a lot of money on that box, you know, and I put it up on one of the, you know, in the office. And so about another 2 days go by, and I go, hey, I'm going to break them open. You and I were talking, we were going to maybe try Bluetooth in the studio, stuff like that. And I open them up, dude, and you get the little black case, you know, that little soft case. There was nothing in there.
I can't believe she didn't at least put rocks or something in there.
There was not one.
Something to at least complete the illusion.
And oh my God, you wouldn't believe the nightmare that ensued. The woman, I mean, blatantly, I texted her. I said, hey, I know this is going to sound weird, but there were no headphones in there. Yes, there was. Don't you lie to me. Oh, it went.
You know, and because of that, now when I bring anything from my front porch that's been delivered, I video from the second I see it before I walk all the way up to it. I go ahead and turn on video and say, look, the post office just dropped this off. This is what the box looks like. Let me come in here and get some scissors and open it.
Yeah.
Because like when the radar gun showed up, you know, I videoed 100%.
Yeah.
Because I want to know that if it's destroyed, it was that way when I got it.
Here's the thing is that's what she said too. You know, she said, do you have any videotape of opening it? Do you have any documentation of opening it? And did you take pictures? I'm like, no, I just opened the box. And then, so basically after calling me a liar for like 2 days and telling me that she had to wait to refund my money till the postal service did an investigation on it, I told her, I said, what difference does that make? What they're just going to say the box showed up. I didn't keep the box. I threw
Right.
it away.
Right.
You know, I got in touch with eBay.
Right.
eBay sent her one email and I had a refund.
That's smart.
And I told her, I said, look, in most cases, if you would have done this, I would have just ordered another set from you and give you the opportunity to at least make that profit.
Right.
But no, you acted that way. So screw it. I gave her a bad rating.
Right.
Okay. And then she came right back on top of it and called me a bully buyer. That's what she called me. She said I was a bully buyer.
I'm a bully buyer because you were trying to screw me. I'm a bully.
Well, then, I ordered the other set and the other set showed
Or
up.
she's probably, or what if something really did go wrong and somebody with the post office stole it and then she thinks you're trying to scam her?
Here's what I think. I think these people order these things in bulk and they probably get 10, 15 sets of them and they got a little storage area.
Right.
And they probably open them up.
Yeah, but how did she pick up the Beats box to put it in another box and not realize there's a little bit of a weight difference?
Weight difference, yeah. That's that was in one of my emails, and she told me, she goes, "Oh, that's completely irrelevant," and it was right here in Georgia. I figure
an idiot.
if I work,
I wish we had her phone number so we could call her. So explain to me what happened at Best Buy the other day. You were going to tell me about that.
Holy smokes, man!
Because I still got to explain what took place with me and AT&T yesterday.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm obviously a geek, a nerd, whatever you want to call me, and I've raised little geek and nerds. We love gadgets. If it's a remote control, if it's Bluetooth, we love it. We read about it. We play with it, everything. All right. So Best Buy is one of our favorite places to go. It's always very neat.
Is or was?
Is. Well, I mean, we went back. I gave them an opportunity, and it's just like Dick's Sporting Goods. You ever go into Dick's Sporting Goods? That place is immaculate. It's always clean. It's always well stocked. And the people are there to help.
Yes.
And they honestly like the departments they're working in. So, which I think is a good business
Unlike
model.
Sports Authority.
Yeah,
when I go in Sports Authorities nowadays, especially the one here in Conyers, y'all ready? When I go in Sports Authority in Conyers, I might as well be next door in Ross.
Yeah.
That's how bad the service is. That's how bad trying to find people working there.
Yeah.
Trying to find the prices on stuff, trying to find, like, when I go into the Sports Authority used to, because I'm not on 78 anymore. Used to when I go in on the 78 store, it was like being in a Sears or JCPenney's. There was always somebody.
Yeah.
When I go into the one in Conyers, I feel like I'm literally walking through Buford Highways, Holiday Flea Market, whatever. It's like, what the hell? What do y'all do here?
Yeah.
Is there even any employees in the building, or are we all eating pizza in the break room?
Well, here, I'm going to point out two things about the Sports Authority here in Conyers, which I'll never walk in the store again.
And we're not trying to bash places. If anybody wants to call in and tell us bad experiences
Or good experience.
feel free.
Either one.
I'm fixing to make a page, by the way, and I don't want you to leave that story. I'm fixing to make a page for people to have a voice to go and post any reviews, whether it be good or bad, on any business that they've dealt with.
You ever gone to Glassdoor?
Who?
Glassdoor.
Is it a glass store?
Glassdoor.com.
No, I don't know who that is. I'm asking who they are.
Oh, I'll bring it up for you. Yeah,
Just
or
keep talking.
Okay, so I go into the sports store. Now,
Wait,
I have,
you done confused. Glassdoor's what?
Glassdoor is a giant website where you can do exactly what you just said.
Right. Okay, but I want to be able to provide local.
It has it.
I got you, but people are on Facebook. People don't always go to that .com. I want people to be able to, like the Salmonella Lately. I showed the Salmonella Lately video.
Salmonella
So
much.
yeah, Salmonella much. Well, I showed that to Kroger people yesterday, and I'm talking big time managers who said, do you know that the health department would shut us down?
Mhm.
Do you know that our own company review people would come in and see this and we would be shut down? How in the halo is Walmart getting away with it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. So are they, they sell raw food. Stores in general, meat department, stores in general. So is there not somebody like I knew you had it. That's what I was looking for. Like the food inspector, that goes around to the
yes, there's a health inspector that goes and checks all that stuff. Why and how why or how this Walmart's getting away with that means somebody's not doing their job.
But yet they're going crazy.
That yellow crusty stuff, that means it's been there for a month. minimum for that yellow crusty stuff to have grown, and it looks like an icicle dripping down from the shelf. That crust, meaning each day it's there, the crust grows thicker and the little icicle becomes longer. And that's that raw chicken water and ooze and goose out of all that chicken's just running down that shelf.
When I saw that,
Which
video,
also means the people in the department's not wrapping the stuff worth of crap too.
Yeah. No, I know.
Well, it's two things. That means they're taking wet chicken instead of it just being damp chicken, but it's completely drenched wet chicken, and they're putting it in these packages, which means there's a lot of fluid runoff. But B, that means they're not sealing it worth of crap.
Now I know the Kroger that I worked at. Kroger is, or I worked at.
Kroger has their own inspection people.
Yes, and they are.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Kroger said we would be shut down. Our own people would shut down that department
they
if
are
they saw
very the meat department.
Yeah.
Got a thorough cleaning every
day.
night.
But that's the catch. That's why a lot of people don't know this, and I probably could get in trouble for saying this. But do you remember the store in McDonough they found the rat droppings in? That manager got fired.
That sounds good to me.
And I don't mean fired as a manager. I mean he's no longer with Kroger. And this is a guy that had been there 25 years.
Yeah, they are very
They do
big
not
on
play.
cleanliness.
Yes, they do not play.
Because
Stephanie's house would be a nightmare.
Because I was the overnight cashier a couple of times, like on the weekends, or if anybody called in, they would call me because I lived
the
closest.
stuff you do overnight on the weekends got nothing to do with Kroger.
Sunday morning.
I used to
Coming down.
I used to have to clean every single one of those checkouts, clean the inside, the little cubby, clean it all, and clean all I would literally have to clean off the cash registers too.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. I mean, I had to have it immaculate.
So Glassdoor is I just quickly talk. You showing me means nothing to the listeners who have no idea what you're talking about.
Did I say anything?
So
did I have a chance?
You were supposed to. You're trying to tell me, look. So Glassdoor is a .com that allows people. You can turn that way. That's something as bright as I'll get out on my eyes.
Sorry, boo boo.
So it's a .com,
right?
That provides
an outlet, if you will, a channel basically, and it's very professional. And I've used it numerous times. In fact, I used it for the last company I worked for. And you can get the word out. You can rate it. You can see what the salaries are, or, in the rough idea what the salaries are for every company. You can rate the CEO and his programs, and it's fantastic. And it's for if you have a business.
See, I just want to make something so that all the local people, like I heard about a business that I don't know the name of it quite exactly, but they provide children's entertainment with jumpies. And a friend of mine rented the place in Covington for a party. He goes there. She goes, well, it's a husband and wife. They supposedly had it for 4 hours. 2 hours into it, they were pushed out of it and said that the rest of all the kids, were supposed to be able to do it now. The woman's like, I paid for 4 hours. You were supposed to supply food. You didn't supply food. And 2 hours into it, they pushed these people to the side and said that it's now open for general public. But that's not what she paid for. She paid for the rental of the building for this party for these hours. And she's like, I need you to do a story on it. And I'm like, I'm working on that. I'm fixing to get us to that point.
Yeah, buddy.
And Ravens Renovation says, why do you insist on screwing me eating anything? Because we keep talking about stuff.
Yeah, that's where Travis likes to go to get the steaks.
Be glad that I say it this way. So you can get salmonella from eating chicken, raw chicken.
Yeah.
Yep.
Be glad you can't get salmonella from eating raw chicks.
And you can die from salmonella poisoning.
Yes.
How about this? I had an iguana for years, and what a lot of people don't realize is reptiles and
birds,
poultry are only separated by just a little bit of DNA.
Yes.
The iguana, everybody ready for this? So the iguana would poop into a litter box of water.
Right. Yeah, we did some too.
The poop came out in a bag like a fetus is. So like when a
Mm-hmm.
baby's born in a sack. Well, the poop's born in a sack.
Mhm.
So it would shoot the big white sack out, and then by the time the sack hit the water, it would burst, and then the poop would go. So when you would go clean up the poop, it'd just be this white weird sack, and it'd be poop. But the problem is you don't realize that that's that's salmonella.
Yeah, you always had to well, when we had ours,
Well, you were
always had
supposed to.
clean your hands,
Supposed to.
and we would clean the cage out once a week.
Exactly. Supposed
Yeah.
to. But you know, and I know that's not real.
Yeah, they even say
Yeah, to
if
some
you have a
people,
baby,
yeah.
they say if you have a baby, you shouldn't have iguanas.
Yeah, don't even have.
Yeah, that's why we had to get rid
Well,
of
you're not supposed to
Jake.
have any reptiles if you're
Right.
gonna have a baby.
Even cats.
Because the problem is even though you say the words, I'm gonna clean that cage, you're still not gonna 100%.
Yeah, you're not going to 100% get all the germs out
Never.
of it.
Because what's gonna happen is this critter is still walking all around that cage.
Mhm.
And
Well-
when you reach in and pick up, like with me, we would just reach in, pick up the thing, walk over to the side of the porch, throw it in the bushes.
Well, we used to let Jake walk around the house.
That's my point.
Yeah,
That's
so
my whole point. That's my whole point with the chicken in this store. So you go to pick it up. If you're watching the video, you see you pick it up, you put it in your grocery buggy.
mhm,
Now you've touched the side of your grocery buggy,
mhm.
or you have it still on your hands, not realizing when you grab your little kid by the hand and say, "Quit going over there to the hot dogs, stay with me." And then that little kid or you rub the little kid's nose, eyes, lips. And then what did we just do?
Cross contamination.
We just transferred some salmonella.
I love those.
I need
Italian-
some salmonella with some oysters on the side.
Yeah.
Little radish,
I was
little
dating,
horseradish.
I was dating this girl from Sicily. Her name was Salmon.
Yes. There was this lady that used to come in to the Kroger that I worked at. And when it came time, she always got her meat last. And when it came time, she would take out rubber gloves. And this is no lie for anybody that's still working at 436. She would take out rubber gloves, pick up whatever meat she was wanting to get, put it in the sacks that they provide for you. You know, they provide the little plastic sacks in the meat departments.
Mhm.
And then after she would get her meat selected, she would take the gloves off, take hand sanitizer,
Please call it product.
meat, hand sanitizer, and rub her hands with the hand sanitizer. And then she would throw the rubbers away.
Rubbers. Hey, can I?
And
do
I
a-
keep thinking she gets her meat last. And I'm like, was she the last girl in the line in the state prison?
Hey, she had rubbers on.
rubber gloves. Hey,
No, rubbers.
she looked like Cobblepot trying to pick it
Yeah.
up.
Hey, speaking of Cobblepot, he talked to me the other day and he said, I'm sorry I ain't been listening to the show much, but we stay up all night playing
Yeah.
PlayStation.
I know. I talked to him at like 3:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous.
Douchebag.
Get this. Okay, this is
We
my-
love you, douchebag.
Yeah, Cobblepot.
Falling down on your job there. Jason.
I would like to.
Why are
do
you
a-
going to tell somebody in a wheelchair they're falling down on anything? That's wrong, Stephanie.
Yeah, you're rolling down a hill uncontrollably.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I want to do my public service announcement for today.
Okay.
The establishment name is COM, C-O-M. It's a Vietnamese grill restaurant located on Buford Highway. They scored a 33.
Yes. Is there really a rating on how to prepare dog correctly or cat?
Person in charge present demonstrated knowledge and performs duty.
Mm.
0. I could.
There's some cool places to eat on Buford Highway. by the way. Have you ever had deep fried shrimp? They don't peel it. It still has the head on it.
Okay, yeah.
It still has the tentacles.
Yeah.
And when you eat
Yeah.
it, it's like eating French fries.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it's crunchy.
cool. I actually like it.
Yeah.
Do
It's-
you know how much work is saved eating it that way?
Yeah.
I don't have to peel
Um,
shrimp.
That's Buford Highway's
Do you know how much time is
community.
saved?
It's a very large Korean community, but a lot of the restaurants.
Listen,
It's
it's
a lot of
called
Hispanic.
Cambodia, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of initial Asian ethnics in there.
Yeah, you go behind Holiday Flea Market, and
We-
that's like a whole different country.
Yeah. We used to, when I worked on Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, the guys would call me and they'd go, "Hey, will you stop by that Vietnamese restaurant on the way in?" And I would go in there and they would give me what's called a brochen in German, but it's a little hard roll, about as big as
Wait a
your
minute.
fist.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Mike, you're so confusing.
Okay.
So you went to a Vietnamese restaurant
To get a German food.
and get something that's called something else in German?
Well, I don't know what it's called in Vietnamese.
Okay. I was just a little confused.
Well, if it's called a
That's-
brochen in
that's-
Germany, is it called a rochen in Vietnamese?
Or a
It's-
puppy.
It's
Or a
like when you
rattan.
go to Flake's Mill. When you go down Wesley Chapel and it becomes Flake's Mill, here's what gets me. How do I go to Johnny's or Donnie's or whatever, family cooking, and there's nothing but Korean people in there making chicken and dumplings and gravy and
Go to a Chinese food restaurant and there's Mexican cooks.
yes.
That's getting.
So you go to a Korean restaurant and you order some German food. Okay, go back to your story, but I just found that kind of odd.
It was a Vietnamese restaurant and they served these little hard rolls.
They served German Shepherd. That's what it was.
Probably. But they had this like barbecued pork, but not barbecue, like barbecue sauce all over it. But that's what they called it, was a barbecue pork sandwich.
What?
And it had these pickled vegetables, like pickled carrots and stuff like
I
that.
still need to know why they pickle everything.
I just save it, I guess. And then it had this like peanut sauce, I guess you would call it. I don't know. It tasted a little like peanut butter. It's kind of a strange combination.
You're ordering
But
a
here's the
German
thing.
Shepherd nut sauce.
Yeah.
We're already confused.
I would walk in there. Of course, I'm a big guy. And back then I had to wear a dress white shirt. I had the
Thank you. You didn't say dress.
Yeah. Well, okay, no. But I wore a dress white shirt. I wore, black pants, black, law enforcement type boots, Magnums.
Yes.
And then I had the curly Q earpiece, but it wasn't in. I used to have
Right.
to do all that wiring when I was getting dressed. Okay, so I'd go in there and it would scare the living hell out of the entire staff and everybody in there. They'd be like, yeah. So I
Because
was
you look like you're something.
Absolutely.
Crack the door.
absolutely, and I would go. I'd go in there, and this used to kill him, is because I'd go in there, and the lady would go, whoa, wait, and she'd go get the one guy that could speak a little English, and he'd say, "You want the pork sandwich?" And I'd go, "Yeah."
One more time.
You want the pork sandwich?
You
And
want the pork sandwich?
So
Okay,
I would
come on.
go, "Yeah, I need 30 of them," and he'd look at me and go,
You hungry?
"Oh, you're a big boy, but I don't think we eat 30." No, and no, I'd say I'm bringing them over, to where I work. It was at a nightclub, and so they would make 30 freaking of these sandwiches. You know how much you used to charge me?
No.
$20.
20?
20.
20.
Just give me $20. No receipt. Get the
Right.
hell out of here
That's
because
right.
you're freaking everybody out on
Right.
Buford Highway.
Right.
Yeah, so it's one of those things. There's a lot of good restaurants there, but there is a lot of marginal things going on.
I haven't been there in a long time.
Um,
Last time I was there was at a strip club. Just say it.
on Buford Highway.
Well, no, the last time I was there is Audio Lab. So I've been there to get some speaker stuff done. But there is a strip club. Man, one of the best strip clubs we ever went to was on Buford Highway. I don't know how great it is now, but
Which one was it?
God, Jeff Matthias called me because you're the one that took me there the
Pink
first
Pony?
time. No, that's
No,
that's
That's downtown.
that's North Druid Hills and Buford Highway.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, it's still
You're right.
There's a difference. That's more of Atlanta Buford Highway, and people don't call that really Buford Highway.
Mm-mm.
When people usually talk about Buford Highway, they're talking 285 Buford Highway.
where I used to work at the Florida Tropicals on
Yeah,
Buford
that
Highway.
explains a whole lot. And,
It was
yeah,
a flower store.
Is that what they're calling it?
that's what they're calling it.
You can get deflower.
I'm talking about where they were showing their flower too. Mm-hmm.
Shoe store.
So listen, I walk in there one day. Me and Jeff Matthias. Matthias takes me there the first time. It's 11 o'clock. Like we're already drunk at 11 o'clock.
And there he is.
Hello.
Shooter's Alley.
Okay,
Oh,
Shooter's
okay.
Alley. So now let me tell a story. So me and Jeff and a guy named Ken end up there, and it's 11 o'clock. We didn't know they didn't open at 12. They didn't open till like 1 or 2. So we're drunk though.
At
So we're
11 o'clock in the morning.
so we're not leaving. So we're drunk in the parking lot,
there you go.
and I'm banging on the door, and they're like, "Look, we don't open." I said, "Look, dude, I've got to pee." They said, "Well, we're not open." I said, "We can't leave. We're already drunk. We thought you opened at noon." They're like, "No, why would we?" I went, "Because other places open at noon on Sundays. We just assumed you'd be open at noon."
Oh yeah.
So the guy finally let me go in. So as I go in, there's a girl I went to high school with who's dancing on the stage. But you come from a bright outside into a dark place with a little bit of light on the stage. I'm shooting past the stage to go pee. I didn't even really look. I looked over, saw a girl in a white outfit, and I kept going. So as I'm coming out of the bathroom, the girl walks up and goes, "Scott Spence, what are you doing in here?" And I looked at her, I said, really the most important question is, what the halo are you doing here? I came to pee, but apparently you're working.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. She's up dancing, and they weren't even open yet.
Yeah, she was warming up, I guess. Tryouts, practicing.
They do.
What
They do.
you know?
They do. A lot of times because they don't want to do the acts on the pole and stuff like that, the aerobatics or whatever you want to call it. They will practice prior to the opening and after closing.
Okay, well, it was just kind of a funny conversation. I don't go to them kind of locations anymore.
No, I don't either.
They're dangerous. You get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, those bouncers are crazy.
I do.
Dangerous and expensive.
Yeah, Stephanie went to one. She saw her grandma up there dancing.
Oh my God!
And grandma's dead. And grandma's been dead.
What was that? Harry's Farmers Market over there on what was that? Satellite.
Yes. What about
that? I remember Ken and I. We went over to Shooter's Alley one night. Ended up meeting up with this cat and just kind of partied all night with him. And Ken had an old Bronco. We ended up going 4-wheeling back behind that Harry's Farmers Market. So if you go down 85, you can see the trails that are kind of running right beside 85.
Yeah, because remember, I used to take my Bronco up in there, and now it's all apartment complexes.
Yeah, we went barreling up one of the hills, kind of came airborne when we landed. Looked down, and we were actually landed on top of a power line that was hanging down real low. And so,
and they had the Bronco stuck. Oh, look, this way on top of a power line. So where the transfer case and the transmission is where the power line was underneath. They were on top of it. It'd be like me walking the tightrope and falling and getting my nerds.
Yeah, and so we decided to get out and step on either side of the vehicle on top of the cable so he could drive over it and get off.
Yeah, because that's safer.
Yeah, it was.
3 minutes ago.
Drunk, standing on a power line, trying to drive a car off of it. That was a lot safer than just leaving the vehicle.
3 minutes ago, we were talking about barbecue sandwich.
Yes.
You got to love this.
But anyway, yeah, it was Shooter's Alley. It's still there. I don't know.
Is it?
Been there.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know it was still there.
I went there for the very last time in like 2007.
When I left the one that I was managing, I said, that's it. I'll never go back in another one.
But I had to take a person that knew how to speak Spanish because I couldn't understand nothing that was being said.
Not my thing. I think the world would be.
I was waiting for a Tijuana donkey to come walking out of the back room with a tutu on, like, next dance, Oscar the donkey.
Yeah, I went by there probably about a year and a half ago. I actually didn't go in. I got off work early and was just kind of driving around until Bree got off work because she works right around the corner from there.
That's what I was going to say. You're right down the road. You need to like do a drive-by and just send us pictures to let us know the place is still there. How about what used to be behind it? You ready for the name? The Rusty Rooster.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And it was so... And the only word to use, I don't want to offend anybody, but the only word to use is it was just so ghetto. Like the bars were disgusting and dirty. Everything about it was disgusting and dirty. And it was like old trashy white girls that were just like, ugh.
So that was a real place. I always thought it was people just joking around.
No, it was right next to the adult movie theater.
Yeah, and that's it.
Which I used to call the Whack and Pack.
Yeah, the Sticky Wicket.
Yep.
Yeah, I always thought when people said, going to the Rusty Rooster, or I went to the Rusty Rooster.
It was down about if you looked at the elevation, it was about a 6-foot downward slope from what was the name of the bar again we were at, Jeff?
Shooter's
Alley.
Yeah,
the Rusty Rooster was. Yeah. The Rusty Rooster is the one place that if you went, you didn't tell anybody that you went there. Like y'all brag about going to the Claremont. Nobody brags about going to the Rusty Rooster.
Yeah.
Like all your friends will be like, we're going down to the Claremont. All your friends that want to talk about the Rusty Rooster be like, yes, so like we're going to go get something to eat. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Then nobody tells you they went to the Rusty Rooster. I don't even know if it's still there.
I have no idea. I'll have to find out one day.
Yeah.
It was that disgusting. of a place.
I'd look it up on Google, but I'd feel dirty.
Like
Mm.
they should have had a free tetanus shot booth to, prick you on your way out the door. Psst, you forgetting to take your departing gift? Yeah, it was bad. Disgustingly
guy.
bad. Okay, see you later.
All right, bye.
So, what happened to you last night? Well, we got drunk, ended up with a Rusty Rooster, and you would hear people go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry for you."
Yeah, don't touch them.
You keep playing footsies with me under the table.
I'm moving.
Aw.
Look, I can't believe them little short things can even be reaching this direction.
Well, did you let your chair back up from where I had to let it all the way down?
And Shooter's Alley is
Huh?
no, Shooter's Alley is not. Somebody says it's comparable to Claremont, not good. No, the Claremont's like historical
Yeah.
old ladies.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
it's-
word
Well,
historical.
there was
Um,
a couple of young ladies there.
Yeah, and they're
Shooter's Alley is just like
it's a dive.
it's a dive.
Yeah.
It really is.
Claremont is like an
Historical dive.
Yeah, it's like a historical icon. They know what's going on at Claremont. When you work at Claremont, you're pushing the "Hey, I'm an old stripper" thing.
There
Yes.
was a couple of young ones. There
Yep.
there really was.
Yeah, they make money.
And but at the Claremont, not only do they have the strip-in, but they also have karaoke there on Thursday nights, I believe it is. They have different things there. And then every once in a while, and I'm not saying this to be rude, but every once in a while they'll have what they call a freak show. And that's what they call it. They call it the freak show.
Steph's
And they'll
kind of
have one-armed strippers up there.
One-armed strippers.
Yeah,
I mean,
one-armed
listen,
strippers or one-legged strippers.
What we joke about, what do you say to a one-legged hitchhiker? Hop in. So what do you call a one-legged stripper?
I don't know.
Or
I don't
what do you
know.
say to a one-armed stripper? I mean, what do you say to that?
I don't know.
it's kind of like
Pass me the salt?
But yeah, because my uncle has told us about the.
Is anybody looking at these
freak
pictures
show.
of Miley Cyrus? that
yeah,
just came out?
I actually had
Let's
it.
let's go to a commercial and then we'll come back and talk about this because I'm blown away. Just what comes out of this girl's mouth. I bet her daddy is just so proud. And we're having a twisted Wednesday. It's hump day. Jeff Mathias has
Wicked Wednesday.
reminded us.
Yes.
Okay, so off to a commercial.
Yes,
break.
I'm trying to get stuff ready for that. All right, we'll be right back, everybody. It's Just Fun in the Morning. I'm sorry, we got a little twisted up because changing over between the programs and everything else, there's a lot to this. Everybody wants to believe you just do it, but they don't know what it takes to do this. We'll be right back. Thank God my AT&T guy's like, I will call you when I'm on the way to the house.
Is he going to be here before 4?
He says he'll try to be here before 4. Because I got things to do. You'll hear noise.
Ow! You Why you gotta be so mean? It says, why you gotta be so cruel?
Today's the day that Marty McFly went in. Oh no, it's actually yesterday.
I like my oatmeal lumpy.
Lady.
Yeah, I can't
they
believe
had that on TMZ.
I know that's what led me to this because I wanted to see the pics to see if she actually had her areas covered. No, yeah, because look at that one. I mean, look at this. Why is she doing all these moves? No, but why is she posing like this and doing all the weird stuff that she's doing? It's like, why? Like, why are you posing with a pig and it has painted toenails? Like, what is wrong with her? She's just trying to be the Madonna of this era. Look, her armpits ain't even shaved. It's like, oh my God, girl. Look at the armpits. Like, why? Look how long her armpit hair is. Jesus. And if that looks like that, then look at her armpits. Ugh, you're a girl. And what the heck would Billy Ray be thinking at this point?
Billy Ray did a show last week with the younger daughter.
Oh, I didn't even know there was another one. What is she going to be? The anti-Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, she was certainly.
On crack hump day. Did you see where somebody's trying to get me to do an interview with the other dude from?
Yes, I saw that. I was going to ask you that once we were off air, by the way. Yeah, I saw that last night.
But my thing is, radio station. So, should I? Do I? Hmm? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know who the Flirt Club is. Read it. Tell me more.
Well, I don't think it would be a problem. Like you said.
Interviewing that guy?
Yeah.
I don't see it either because it's entertainment. And that's what we're about.
It's not taking sides.
Mm-hmm. If anything, it's letting you speak your point.
But not bring that up like the other side.
No. We can't.
Yeah, right. My husband is such a dingbat.
What now?
I asked him if we had any of those big trash bags. Remember I told you this morning I was going to ask
Hold on,
him.
look at it. This is so cool. Like what?
Wow. I asked him.
Look at this guy.
That's cute.
Is that better?
Now that's what I call a boat-loaded deer. That's cute.
Go ahead.
But I asked him if we had any of those big bags.
Just read what it says. I don't need you to tell me. What is it?
You posted it.
I didn't post that, did I?
What the hell you said? Okay, Mike Brown called me and asked me to do
Oh God, that is. Do you know how long ago that is?
June 4th, 2014. But it's at the top of your Just for Fun family.
Well, delete it the hell out of it. Oh, that's the Just for Fun family. That's not.
Jeff Matthias posted something
Hey,
on it yesterday.
hey. Just for the family, nobody sees that, but just a select few of us. You were bringing it up like it was on the fun page.
Because what we was
That's why it's like,
about,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because what we were talking
That
about.
page,
was
by the way,
actually-
doesn't normally get discussed on microphone.
'cause then
That's for
people
us to
be-
shoot stuff back forth to each other.
But I asked him if we had any of those bags, and he said yes, that we do. And I said, okay, where are they? And he says, in my truck.
That he's got.
Yes, but they're in his truck in Alabama with him. So that's not gonna help.
Here's your picture, boy. Spending the day with the little cuties. It's just what the picture says, and I'm like, yeah, you are. Yeah.
You know that cop resigned, the one that from the they say the racial profiling at the pool party.
Huh? Oh, the guy that put the knee on the girl's back or whatever. He resigned.
Are we?
He resigned, just
Yeah, he was.
law enforcement and growing our communities, zero. Specific demographic, another one.
But you know what they're going to do is they're going to be bitching, even though
They already are.
he was doing what he needed to do. And now when no cops show up, they're going to want to know why cops don't show up.
Yeah. Oh no, they're already on.
Just for fun, we're back. So Mike was reporting. Say that again.
The Officer Casebolt, in that situation where he had tried to break up the little group of rowdy kids.
And you call this what? What was this? Like we know flash mobs when they get together and do a dance. What do we call this that they're doing at these swimming pools?
Well, the thing is the certain demographic, I'll go that way. They find a pool or that's cool in a nice neighborhood or whatever, and they all show up at once utilizing social media. So it is kind of a mob thing. So,
Right, but that's what I was saying. Is there have they labeled it with a name? Like we know Flash Mob does dancing, so that's what I'm saying. Have they labeled this? What name and do?
I don't think so.
What should we call it?
Pool
see, look
mobbing.
it up.
Pool mobbing?
Pool mobbing.
I just figured let's
But-
give it a name.
Yeah, they do it at hotels too. And then
See, I could see them doing it at a hotel
Yeah.
because it's not private. Well, it is private.
it is private, and it generally ends up with somebody getting hurt. Well, in this particular one, it was videotaped,
Cool.
and
Keep going.
it was videotaped, and of course, so many people are calling it racist and all that other stuff. There were, mixed races. I'm trying to be politically correct.
Yeah, because one of the guys that actually did the recording,
is
he-
black, and
one was white that
Yeah.
they were showing.
well, here's the thing that's absolutely crazy. It just baffles me. Is one, the community and religious leaders and blah blah blah, the haters that say they're not racist came out and said, the white officer just targeted the black teens, which is complete utter crap. Because if you watch the entire video, he does make white kids sit in the grass, and he does tell white girls they better go home and they better leave. Now, this one particular woman or
But-
young lady. Go
But
ahead.
this was a family cookout though, because I just pulled it up.
Right.
It wasn't like what you were talking about where they rushed the pool. This
Wait.
was actually a cookout.
But was the cookout at the pool?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
It's like a community thing.
So how is he wrong if that's what he's?
because it says the family was hosting a cookout for friends in the Dallas.
But it was at
suburb.
the pool,
Yeah. Well,
and
not
this
a-
is what they're doing, right? Is Russian pool?
well, here's the thing: is Stephanie's right. It was a family function, but what happened was a whole crowd of other kids showed up to it.
At the pool,
Right, the mom thing. Whatever.
Right.
So we're both
Pool
right.
mobbing.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant, though. For her to try to correct, I'm like, really? It's still the same story.
no points awarded.
So they flash mob the pool.
Whatever. Yeah.
The cop tries to remove people who are illegally on private property.
I used to call it diffusing the situation.
Well, that's what it is. But my problem is this: the second the police officer is squatted in a low position, trying to make this girl who apparently is not abiding by the police officer's request to leave, the second he's in a squatting position and 100 people circle him, there's a fear for his safety at that point.
Did you see the young kid that ran up to him and reached around behind him?
No,
what-
I did not. I've
that's
not
what
seen
got-
any of that.
That's what got the officer to draw his weapon.
See, that See, people are idiots. The cop
People-
did exactly what he was supposed to do.
The people are absolute idiots. And I'm here to tell you, all these people that are on these websites going, oh, the girl posed no threat. She was in a
Yeah, but the 100
bikini."
people around him did.
Yeah, well, so I got upset yesterday and kind of blew some stuff out on the social media thing because there's so many people out there that all they're doing is seeing the color of this. They're not seeing what really was going on. Here, I can tell you what. If you're raising your children that they don't have any respect for law enforcement and you're going to use because cops shoot people and blah, 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 that's why their cops don't respect us. I got an idea. Strap on the boots, buddy.
Well, that's what pisses me off about the people that want to be on cop hating. And then, of course, some of my now ex-cop friends who thought I was. My problem is when you're disrespecting police, that's one thing. When the police are really disrespecting somebody else, it's different. But I'm not all for that because again, these guys are the ones that make it safe for you to sleep at night. You could, if you let these people, has anybody ever seen the movie Escape from New York? Because if you want to see what a world with no cops is like, go watch Kurt Russell and Escape from New York because that's pretty well.
Yeah.
Painting a good picture of no police.
Two big points here. They commented that the officer was being very abusive in his language and he was yelling and screaming. Well,
he's got 100 people circling him. He's scared he's going to get killed.
And here's the part I love. I don't really cuss. Okay. And when people cuss at me, I go, hey, I'm not using that kind of language. I'd appreciate it if you don't use that language with me. You know what? Generally, I get back. That's just the way I talk. Okay. So it's okay for you guys to call us names, to limit the words we can use, and to say a cop can't get upset just because you got that badge on and a blue uniform. You're not allowed to get upset when there's 100 freaking people doing crazy stuff to you.
Here's my point. I said to AT&T yesterday because I said the sheet word, and he wanted to get smart. And I said, let me tell you something. If you can't tell a Mexican he can't speak Spanish, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to talk because you are working behind the phone and you have a job. I'm not working for you, and I can say whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
Put your boss on the phone.
Well, here's part two of this is that
But the problem is this guy was circled by 100-something people, and all it takes is 10 of them to jump him, and he's dead.
Absolutely. All I can say is this: there's a lot of both sides saying.
I wish they made a force shield button where he could just go like boom, and it knocks down the 100 people next to him.
Wouldn't that be great, right? Well, he resigned yesterday because of the pressures. I'm sure they're going to continue protesting. Now, this morning I get up and I'm going to go back and revisit the information for today's show, and you know what I find? Now the neighborhood. Okay, now here's the thing: is he didn't do anything to any white kids. It's a black neighborhood. What's he supposed to do? Okay,
we're going to a black pool. I need some white people to go with me.
Bring the bus of white kids.
That is stupid.
Yeah. Okay, so now the neighborhood, all the houses in this neighborhood are getting death threats. So now they're out in the
Why and how are they getting death threats?
Okay, the video clearly shows where it is. Okay. So people that think, that the race haters and all that.
Get back on that microphone.
There
you go.
I don't know. The people that really don't like the way the country is starting to go, they are calling these residences and they're threatening the people that live in the neighborhood.
So you are insinuating that crazy white people are calling the black people. Okay.
Yes.
That's why I was lost when you said they're getting death threats. I'm like, why are they getting death threats?
You know me, I'm going to try to remain somewhat politically.
I know that, but if you're going to be on a radio show, you got to make it make sense because I'm thinking, who's calling them and why are they threatening the neighborhood? That's what didn't make sense.
Okay, so this morning...
So people are just basically now terrorizing the neighborhood saying that it's y'all's fault that this happened.
Yes. And now...
But how come the black... And I hate that we have to keep labeling, but how come the black folks that were throwing the party who called the cops have not stood out in front of a newspaper, in front of a television station and say, listen, me and my family were trying to have a simple party. Our small children's lives are put in danger because 100 teenagers, white, black, Mexican, it don't matter. They showed up and started vandalizing, trashing, cussing, acting stupid, scaring my kids. The officer only did what was right. Why is that not happening?
Because what is happening is the people that are running the party are saying in front of cameras that we weren't doing nothing. We were just having a party, and white officers showed up and started rousting.
So
us,
who called
pulling their
911?
gun and yelling obscenities.
Why ain't there a 911 recording coming up?
And throwing our teenage girls that are in bikinis that they don't pose any threat at all.
Then why is 911 records not being pulled?
I'm
Because
sure.
somebody called the police and said something's happening,
Mhm.
and I want it stopped.
Yeah, that's going to be one
Oops, sorry.
person's view, though. Here's the other thing is, okay, so he quit. He resigned, which means he will never work in law enforcement again. Okay, so his entire career is now wasted. Here's the big thing for me is that it's one of these things where now the community is complaining, and they've got their hands up and they're saying that the law enforcement doesn't care about them because they're not.
Again,
they're not
the
using-
problem is you complain about the cops being there,
Mhm.
so the cops quit showing, and now you're pissed because the cops ain't there.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Pretty cool, ain't it?
that's absolutely stupid.
Hey, it's what makes this country great.
It's like I was told the other day from several anonymous sources that, and it was two different stories about the same topic. And I was told that the reason traffic cops are not stopping any people in Rockdale anymore is because they've done away with traffic cops, because they wanted to focus them going on this neighborhood. It used to be a golf community on Salem Road. So it's supposedly, rumor has it, that they defused and did away with the traffic police. That's why nothing's being done as far as the speeders in Rockdale, because they refocused them in this crime area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it seems to me that the crime doesn't pay you money. So you keep your officers in there doing their job, but then you hire a couple extra officers and maybe pay for a couple new cars by having your people start writing tickets again.
Wow.
Because trying to be safe means you have to be safe in two directions, not just one direction. You can't try to save lives in a crummy neighborhood and you let all the other neighborhoods to go to hell. And it's not the sheriff's fault. It's people that are funding the sheriff that might be the problem.
Don't we have to get back to a point where we as the voters, we as the people that put these elected officials in place,
Yes.
don't we need to speak out?
And that's where I'm starting to become that person.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out to a guy that does that in Covington. He's the guy. And I said, you know what? I said, I need some advice. Because instead of me running for county commissioner, where I would actually lose power, I'm going to continue to be this guy, and I'm just going to rally up my peoples and make sure the truth is out there so that voters will know how to go vote on certain things. So just saying.
Yeah. Now everybody's getting attorneys and all that other stuff. And last night on CNN, one of the attorneys said he didn't have to use aggression.
If his life was in danger because 100 people were surrounding him.
Yeah. One of the hate groups has gotten his full name, his address, and phone number and posted it. And now he's getting death threats.
Just dang, man.
So, and like I said, the mother of the little girl, she, her back is injured now, of course. He grabbed me, twisted my arm on my back, started pulling my braids. If you watch the video, he's not pulling her braids. He's trying to get her head down because she keeps continuing to resist arrest, which all I can say, ladies
and you know what
gentlemen,
here's what I think about, and I know this is going to be rough, but you see video of what these guerrillas and the army do in Africa to people.
Yeah.
You better be glad they're not doing it to you here.
Well,
You see what you see some of the Russian cops do, what you see in Iran. You be glad that our guys aren't beating the hell out of you. But the problem is you still exploit the hell out of that too. Oh, he pulled my hair. No, you should have kept your head down. I bet if you'd have had a 45 aimed at your temple saying, move again, I will kill you, like you would maybe see in Africa or maybe over in the desert somewhere, I bet you she'd have laid still. But because she knows that there's 150 cell phones videoing her and not one person actually doing anything to protect the person who is in problems or in danger, which would be the police officer at that point.
yeah. Well, I can tell you this is that which way Steph's over there, she's being quiet and she's down to earth, folks. So I'm asking her too. Which way do you think this is going? Seriously, I think you see what I'm saying is it ain't going to be like, what was that show, Demolition Man, where the officers are walking around with little sticks, and if you say a cuss word, you get a ticket. I don't think it's going to go that way. I think it's going completely the opposite. I believe our law enforcement is going to turn into paramilitary organizations, and I believe that if you speak out, somebody's going to crack you in the head with a bat.
That's exactly what I see. I see us being in another war, not war, another era of a Hitler. I 100% see
Really?
stormtroopers being on the road.
Do you think one guy?
And I don't mean Star Wars people. I
That would
mean
be
the
so cool.
real stormtroopers. I envision one day we're gonna have, you look at our police forces already went from nice like state troopers. They dress nice.
Oh yeah.
Now when you see some of these cats get out of the car, what do they look like?
Freaking
They look like military.
special ops.
So
guys.
what do you think's the next stage? If we've already went from the pretty boy, very well dressed, nice looking police officer to now the fatigues, what do you think the next step is?
Yeah, absolutely.
The next step will be, you think you're seeing all this violence with these cops? It's only going to get worse. And I'm not blaming the cops. What I'm saying is, because of the idiots that keep pushing these buttons, the military style will have to be enforced, because what's going to happen is if these cops keep putting their lives in danger, then they have to keep pulling away because the media and our government doesn't support the police correctly. The problem is it's taking less. They're taking more power out of the police, giving the police less authority. And they're letting public be the judge instead of the judges really being the judge. Moral of my story is it's going to come down to we're going to have an explosion of reality. And once we do, military police, just for fun.
Good morning. How are you?
What's
Good.
happening?
Hey, I got a little story and a little insight there on what you're saying about how the police are going to maybe start looking like stormtroopers and everything.
Okay.
And military Mike should probably be able to back me up if he ever spent any time in Yokosuka, Japan.
Let me see. Konnichiwa.
Keep going.
When I was a young sailor, I had duty while we were ported in Yokosuka, Japan, shore patrol. And what they did is they hooked us up with the police officers on the streets of Yokosuka. Now, the average age of the police officer was about 26 years old.
Wow.
And they carried no guns.
Right.
What they did carry was those PR-24 jiu-jitsu sticks.
Yeah, it's actually fashioned after what's called a tunfa. The Okinawans used it to crush up rice.
So they carried this.
Well, and what happened was is we got called out to a bar. We get to the bar. The guy that could speak English looked at me and looked at my partner and says, "You wait here. We'll come get you." So we're there at the door. He goes, "Nobody comes in, nobody leaves." They go in there, and it's about 28, maybe 30 seconds. And the beatings commenced.
Yep.
And the door cracks open. A hand comes out, waves us in. We go in there. There are people everyone in the bar is laying on the floor. The cop goes to the people laying on the floor, "Any American sailor, servicemen, you have golden opportunity. You slowly pull out your ID card and raise your hand." And he told us, you go by, you pick up the ID card, you tap them on the shoulder, they stand up, they walk to the door. And I want to tell you what, the bruises and the beating that these guys put on these people in this bar, it didn't matter who you were.
Right.
Well,
here's the thing. I understand the story and I've seen it all over the world. I've seen that in 10 different countries. Here's the thing is that what we want here in the United States?
No. There's not a question of if we want it. It's going to come down to it.
Okay.
yeah.
Because what's going to happen is this. Who complains about getting DUIs?
The
Drunks,
drunks,
Who complains about getting busted with pot in their car?
the smokers.
freaks.
So who's going to be the one that keeps doing all these stupid things and complaining and complaining and complaining? The problem is because the laws, the wussification of America, because of what's happening, our cops are having less authority. They're getting criticized. They're going to have to, some of the stuff is, for instance, the cop that came to my house that was already snapped in the brain before she even started speaking to me, because she's probably already dealt with 100 dumbasses before she ever got to me. She was already in the snap zone. Her mental capacity was already full of crap before she ever got to me. So I don't want her fired. She needs to go for some training and some personality adjustments. The catch is, because of all the crap they're having to deal with, it's changing everything. And it's going to boil down to, if you're doing right, you don't bump into the guy that wants to beat you to death with a stick.
Okay, well,
But then if you are doing stupid, then what? I mean, it's a catch-22 all the way around.
Sure. Now,
People as a whole need to start acting better, and then the cops don't have to deal with it.
the
Well,
officer,
the number one rule for me is the police officers need to be protecting themselves first.
what?
Because they still got to go. The next day, they got to go back out there and do that again.
No. See, that's an officer is just like a soldier, man. These guys aren't doing that job to go out and protect themselves.
No, but he's talking about in this situation.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah, in that situation, the officer needed to protect himself. He needed to look out for himself, and you can't deny that.
Yeah, because if one of them
Or-
kids would have beat him down, then one of the other kids would have had the taser, the other kid would have had a gun.
oh,
Then
absolutely.
what would have happened?
Absolutely.
And maybe the baton.
Oh, they would have. They probably got the cars, just
Yeah,
like they did.
then
in
what would have
Baltimore,
happened?
You know. So okay, so
Yeah.
how do we correct it? I don't like pointing out problems unless we talk about the solutions.
At
What-
this point in time,
Yeah,
there's
well-
really no way to correct it.
Mhm.
Honestly,
That's
No,
really
I
isn't.
don't believe that.
that's depressing.
Well, no, but what
I
she's
don't
saying
think
is to correct it would also cause more problems.
Yeah. I mean, there's no
I could
right
read
way.
through the redneck of that one,
Yeah.
that statement. I could even read through that one.
Okay,
It's
so
there. If you correct it, just know that if you try to correct it, you're going to end up with the whole scenario of it always gets worse before it gets better.
yeah, that's where I was going. Is there a storm coming?
Yes,
Yes.
because that's what would have to happen.
it is.
You got to break some eggs, make an omelet.
Well, it's like I used to say back when I was doing
That's
stereos when I was
exactly-
15. Sometimes it's easier to yank it all out and start over than it is to keep patching it up.
I hear you.
Yeah. And this country was built on sacrifice.
Good point.
Sometimes we got to sacrifice.
You know what I've found in people is
Wasn't that asked out of Abraham?
Yes, as a matter of fact.
Just saying.
What I have found in people, to the best of my abilities, is that generally people are good. I'm serious. I think.
Well, they want to be.
I think they have
Some.
good hearts. I think people are good. But what happens is, you know what? If you take, and we talked about reality TV shows, if you take a group of folks and you put a camera on them, they act different. So I'm here to tell you that kids today, social media is, I mean, if you got a bad video on social media, the kids in school they're gonna harass you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, look.
I'm with you.
Yeah, look at the kid that got that's pressing charges against the seniors. He's a freshman, and they're seniors. It's a baseball team, I believe. And there was a hazing event while they were in a travel situation. The guys came in the hotel room and they were wrestling, and somebody touched him inappropriately.
but what is considered inappropriate? I mean,
Well,
that's the problem.
for teenage sports guys, good
So
Lord.
what? I mean, you're not supposed to wedgie anybody anymore because that's
No,
you
it's
know.
politically incorrect.
Come on, man.
I know. So you're going to have, I honestly believe you're going to have stormtrooper type police departments.
I
And-
believe before it's over with, that's what's going to
Yeah.
happen.
And unfortunately, right now, I mean, just like they're setting up a whole thing to break up pandering. And the reason why is that's easy. You see what I'm saying? I don't blame law enforcement one single solitary bit. I wouldn't touch these big things with a 10-foot pole because you're going to lose. It doesn't matter what you say, what you do.
Well,
Well, here's a point. Here's a point that look, if you're doing something that you know you're not supposed to be doing, you better be prepared to handle the consequence. If I walk into a mini market wearing a hoodie and a ski mask and keeping my hands in my pockets, I better be prepared
Well,
to handle.
let me paint a scenario of something I witnessed at the Walmart 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, I'm walking out of Walmart. I hear whoop, 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 whoop. We look to the right, and it's an ambulance trying to back up. Couldn't really see what was going on. He's backing up because he needs to turn right because apparently there's a cop helping somebody in a car who apparently heat stroke, something. I don't know. So as that's happening, we're now walking on a 3 or 4 aisles over going up to our car. And between the aisle I'm on and over between where we are with the cop car, there's 3 or 4 teenage black guys walking with something in their hand. Now, they look like, from what I could see, is they had like some pamphlets or something, and like they were trying to get donations for some football stuff. It looked harmless. They were not dressed bad, but with me always looking at the worst of something can be, I always look at protection first. As we're walking, they're not like standing at the front door with a tip jar saying, hey, would you like to donate to our school? Which that's what they should have been doing. Instead, they're walking in between cars in the parking lot. So I'm telling my wife, don't look at them. You keep focusing straight and getting in the van, and just let them not mess with us because I don't want to deal with it. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't look right. So another cop car that shoots into the parking lot with 2 officers in it shoot up behind us, and I park far enough out that I don't have to get door dingers. I'm now getting in the car. They see me pull my gun as I'm getting in my car, pull my holster off. So they are sitting in front of me for a second because apparently you could see it on my face that I didn't feel right. They didn't feel right. We kind of give each other the nod, and they're watching these guys because what happened is when those guys saw this cop car coming up behind me, they then went from walking in the center of the aisle to where they were all 3 separate, and they all walked back to different people's bumpers of the cars, which is now insinuating, what are you 3 up to? Because if you're doing no wrong, then why did y'all separate? If you're doing no wrong, why did y'all dash back to different cars? And are y'all harassing customers coming out of the Walmart? Because if you were all on the up and up being legit, wouldn't you just be at the front door?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does everybody see the scenario? So it appeared to look right in the beginning, but then it started quickly not looking right. Because how come when I'm telling my wife, keep walking, don't look at them, and one of them was walking to us, and I just looked over him, and he decided to not walk up to me. Why? Why did you decide not to walk up to me? Did you see that I might have had a look of don't mess with me? Or did you think that's not one to mess with? Did you think, I don't want to try to con that one because he doesn't look friendly. I don't want to try to beg for money out of this guy because he doesn't, because the vibe was what was so wrong with the scenario. Because if you're truly selling Girl Scout cookies, you're going to be at the front door selling it. Right. If you're clearly doing something from your school, you're probably going to be at the front door with a sign and not just walking from person to person to person in a parking lot. Something didn't feel right. Yeah. Now, I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt that they might have been doing something for the school because they didn't dress like they were going to be doing anything. But if they are conning you for money, they're not going to dress like they're doing that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So this is a debate / question / painting a scenario. What do you do? My gut feeling said get out of there.
Yeah, Travis
and the cops apparently thought something wasn't right too because they were on it.
Travis and I had something like that happened to us, and it actually happened to us in our own home. As many know, I have a handicapped child, which means we have a handicap tag on our vehicle. It was about 10-ish at night. We were, watching the news, getting ready to go to bed. All of a sudden, there's a knock at our door. And Travis, he looks through there and he sees a man standing there. Well, when he looked back at me, he said, "Go get the gun, put it in your pocket." So I went, got the gun. As he opens the door, the man was on the ramp, walked back down the ramp, and was like surprised to see that it was a young man coming to the door. And according to the man, and then his wife came from the other side of the van, like she was coming up behind Travis. And when I seen her, I stepped out of the door and I stood on the ramp with my hand in my pocket on my gun. Long story short, supposedly their daughter had flipped a Jeep over in a turn that was right down the road, and they needed $10 for a tow truck. Well, Travis told him, he said, "Well, I've got a dolly, or not a dolly, a come along. I can help get the truck out, get the Jeep out, and you don't have to worry about the tow truck." No, we just need the $10. And Travis said, "Well, I'll follow you to where it's at, and I'll give the $10 to the wrecker driver myself, but I'm not going to give you the money."
Yeah.
"Oh, no, it's okay. And so what he was thinking, that they saw the handicap tag and thought that it was an older couple, because they actually made the comment that we were the only ones that had the lights on. But if you looked back up the road, my brother's light was on.
That's right.
There was other neighbors'
Yeah.
lights that was on. And it just so happened, you could clearly see my handicap tag. And that's what we thought, that they thought that it was an older couple. Well, we called the non-emergency number, of course, and made a report of it, because we didn't want anything happening to anybody. And the cops took all the information down, and we never heard anything else back out of it. But you never know. I mean, we were in our home, and it was a white man and his wife came up to the door.
Well, and we had a situation next door where on a Sunday night, the lady opened the door for a black female. So here you have the older white lady, and this has nothing to do with color, but I want to make sure everybody can see the setup here. So you have a 35-year-old black lady speaking to a 78-year-old frail little white lady. And it's, "Hey, I'm so-and-so that lives on the other side of the lake, and our electricity's fixing to get cut off, and so-and-so told me to come talk to you." So once they start seeing the little white lady in her nightgown, as the woman goes to, try to shut the door, a black gentleman steps up on the porch. So now there's two people in this little bitty old white lady. Well, they are getting a little forceful, demanding that she opens the door, and they need to borrow some money. And Chuck just happens to be standing there. Hold on. Chuck, the male who lives there, just so happens to walk out with a 12 gauge Mossberg. And these people stepped off the porch and the door closed. And it's just funny that they were targeted because they just knew they were old folks.
Yeah.
And they knew. Go ahead.
Old people just walk door to door to bump money. I mean, that's as bold as it is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, to me, it's disgusting. It's
Home
like, man, really?
invasion, man. That's just, you got to have a set to do some home invasion.
Well, most of them know it's just what they're doing.
Well, I'm going to let you guys go finish up the show. I appreciate y'all hearing me out. Have a great one.
All right. We'll see you later on.
Thanks for
We'll
listening.
talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Rich.
Yeah.
So, it just sucks that it is the way, but that's the world that we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we board up our houses just like they do in all these third world countries, and build up walls and put big metal doors.
Well, Jeff Matthias typed, it's going to be just like the movie The Purge.
Yeah.
Before
that's
it's
what I was
over with.
thinking.
Before it's
Yeah.
over with. And that's really not too impossible. I mean, because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen coming up in this day and time.
Mm-mm.
Is that correct? Anybody?
I disagree with it. I mean, I think The Purge would be awesome myself.
So what is it?
No.
What is it that you're saying? What do you think?
I don't believe anybody's going to say for the next 12 or 24 hours you can go out and commit crimes and kill people.
Well, not necessarily that extreme, but who's to say that it's not going to happen? Who's to say that we're not going to end up living in a world where that type of situation, more more meaning the police are just not going to care.
Mm-hmm.
The
Well,
police are just going to let you just kind of have a free for all because
Shoot, man.
they're not going to get involved. Like right now, the Baltimore thing, you know, a lot of people through reports are saying, you know, and one cop who kept his identity hidden said they're mad because we're doing less.
Yeah.
Well, how are you mad? You're the one that told us to stop.
Well, it's the ones that are complaining about they need to pull back aren't the ones complaining about them pulling back. You see what I'm saying? It's you can't please everybody. There's
Yes.
just no way. So here's the thing: we have laws in this country.
Do
They're-
we?
Yeah, they're written down and everything. We don't need any more laws right now. You know, somebody needs to go.
We need people to
Whoa.
enforce the laws we got.
So everybody needs to go. Whoa!
Stop. Well, the fact is we need the ones that we have enforced, not created more laws. What the F? If you can't enforce the ones we got, why you want to write anymore? It's like AT&T yesterday. Sir, you know, we offer this really good deal. We can bundle your home security and do, you know, we could do security cameras and we could do this. We can bundle all this. And I said, the crap I already pay you for isn't working. Why would I give you more stuff?
Makes sense to me.
Just for
do.
Fun Radio.
Happy Hump Day morning again.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
How about that? 3 times in one day.
Woohoo!
Well, that's better than most of your life. Go ahead.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, it's at least 3 times in my life.
Keep going.
Keep it moving.
Anyway,
Past 8:30.
it is what y'all were talking about. It's kind of like I had one of my friends post on Facebook this video of these 2 girls at Walmart getting into a fight.
Yeah, I
saw
haven't
it.
seen the video yet. Explain
it.
to me what happens in this video.
That's crazy.
There's, from what I can see, there was one girl on a scooter, little scooter cart riding around Walmart, and the other lady wanted the scooter. She's like, "You want to take it from me?" And then she gets off the scooter and just starts into a slugfest with this other girl.
Jeez.
And the video that I had was probably about 4 or 5 minutes long.
Yeah, same here.
And they are slugfest right in Walmart. 20, 30 people standing around watching it, videotaping it. And you can
Ain't
hear
nobody
the
stopping it.
police
That's the thing that
And
aggravates me.
They say that on the
Well,
radio.
if you listen to the 2 ladies that are standing side by side that are videotaping it, and that's what they're saying is like, we need to stop. No, if we get involved in this, a lawsuit because we're involved in it, blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
And they won't get involved because they're concerned about what's going to happen as repercussion of them stopping it.
Well, as long as you're not beating on the 2 people, all you're doing is stopping it.
Well, he's leaving out a big part there, DJ Scotty. One of the women had probably about a 8-year-old son with him, and
yeah,
while this one woman is pummeling his mother, the little kid is picking stuff up off the shelves and trying to crack her in the head with it. And then when people are like, "Honey, sweetie, don't do that. Don't get involved," the little kid comes up to them and goes, "You don't tell me what to do."
Oh my
Got his
God.
hands out. He's all buffed up.
Oh my God.
You ain't
So-
my parents.
So he was with one of them that had purposely started the fight then?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it was just blatant, just being a bully to the lady
I
that
tell you
wanted the scooter and starts. And
Well, that just
yeah,
shows the
there-
mentality of that family.
If
Mhm.
there was one video that
White trash at its
demonstrated-
finest.
Yeah. If there was one video that demonstrated the downfall of our current society, that video is it. And the one where the police officer turns out to be the victim or the person being prosecuted.
That's why I joke.
Yeah.
Somebody made the comment about black guys in sagging pants. I said, I see more white trash doing that now
Mhm.
than I ever see black guys doing it. I mean, it's on percentages. I see more white people dressing like that.
And if you would want to comment on that, because I saw a lot of it when I was working in Marietta, do you know who was telling the black guys to pull their pants up?
Black guys.
Older black women. Older
Well-
black women would call them over in the store because I didn't allow it in the store. And I'd be talking to somebody and I'd see it and I go, "See this saggy pants? I have to do this all day long." And she'd go like this, "Come here." And she wouldn't let me get in the conversation.
Right.
She'd take him over to the side and she'd say, "Young man, you look silly." Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. And he'd pull up his pants.
Until they walked out and did it all over again.
Oh, yeah. But still, we have to plant seed.
All
Yeah,
right.
I had a teacher back in high school. Can't remember her name off the top of my head. A little short, slim, black teacher in science. and sitting in class, getting ready to start. Bell rang. Guy walks in late. He's got his button-up shirt. Nice shirt, too. Nice button-up shirt, but he's got it not tucked in. And the teacher turned around and looked at him and asked me and the other 2 white kids, only 3 of us in the class, to step outside. We walk outside, and you could hear her just going off on all of them, just talking about how y'all want to complain about how you're treated, and it's because you're black and this, that, and other, and look at how you're dressed.
Mm-hmm.
She went off on them for about 15 minutes, just telling them, you're giving yourself that image.
Yeah.
That's how you're presenting yourself. That's how you're going to be treated. And
Well,
then finally called us back in, and it's like I almost wanted to go to my next class because I didn't want to go into a classroom of African Americans after that speech and knowing all of them going to look at us going,
Oh,
this is
well, I mean,
crazy.
geez, I mean, apparently we can't put it up on bulletin boards and get them to do it. Maybe we do some mass text message or mass Facebook postings. So I think that's what's got to happen is we have to start addressing these problems with the people that are committing them. You see what I'm saying? And we have to be bold enough to do it. There's all sorts of buzzing going on.
No, I was doing stuff. Keep going.
That's crazy.
I think, when you see people doing, the wrong things and stuff like that, it's going to have to take that from our communities. Do you guys think that communities are going to become smaller and more compartmentalized?
I look at it like this. Kind of goes back to the whole purge idea. The society as a whole,
Mm-hmm.
I think the neighborhoods are going to start being more like villages where they're all going to look out for each other.
More compartmentalized.
This is going to sound
Like I joked and said if I won 180 million or 300 million or whatever, I would go buy a neighborhood, put a big gate up around it, and move all my people in it.
I'm buying an island.
So go ahead.
this is going to sound stupid.
Well, hurry
kinda.
with it, please.
But I see it
Coming
being
from
like,
Stephanie,
shut up, Jeff. I see it being like a zombie apocalypse, except for
The zombies aren't going to be
unruly.
undead. It's just going to be unruly. Right.
unruly
Methods.
and
Yeah.
the law abiding or the people wanting the law is going to be like Rick and the survivors.
Right.
That's how I see it coming down to. As crazy as that sounds, but
No, not
that's
at
the
all.
best
Well,
way
it's going to be
put
just
it.
like some of these movies we've seen where you're going to have.
Did we just
Keep
okay.
talking, y'all.
Sorry.
There's so much going on. Just keep going.
Sorry.
It's going to be our rich people utopia that will have laws, and then the rest of us won't.
Mhm.
So you'll have separated lawless society.
It'll be like any
anything
movie.
goes.
It'll be like any movie you used to watch,
Judge
where
Dredd.
the king lived in the kingdom and everybody was happy in the kingdom, and then outside of the kingdom, life was just miserable and crappy.
You know what you just brought up, right? An authoritative
Robin
government.
Hood.
An authoritative government. Okay, and basically, I mean, that's what England is supposed to be.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's look at that. You got the kingdom, you got the king, you got the kingdom, the walls. What happens when somebody attacks the people outside the walls?
Nothing.
Okay.
And that's what's happening now. Because if the cops do anything, people want to scream.
hmm
Mhm.
Yep. Hey, it's pretty much like you said, Scott.
My problem is I just want the cops to do their jobs. And that's what was pissing me off. Just do your job. I called you out here. Zip your mouth long enough to listen to what the problem was that you were actually called here for. And don't be nasty to me. You want to be nasty, you go be nasty to a crackhead. But you're not going to stand in my driveway and be nasty to me. That was my problem. Boom. You want to hear the truth? That's the truth.
And let me go ahead and reiterate this. That one particular officer has had numerous complaints.
Right. This one officer. And it's not the cops' problem. It's not the sheriff's department. My sheriff's department has some amazing people.
Absolutely.
They can't help it that they've got a couple of ingrown toenails that need to be trimmed off.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So this one particular officer with numerous write-ups fulfills a certain demographic. Do you think that's why she's not being terminated?
Mine, the one we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure. I'm sure because she is a white female that she's trying to use that in her defense.
yeah, but
And my poor sheriff is stuck because he has to have officers. So, you know,
Absolutely. And with all the things going on against officers, people don't want to apply to be officers because
Yes.
low pay and danger. Come
Yes.
on. Who are you going to attract?
Yes.
Bullies.
Yes.
Because they want to be an old damn ass and
That's
get a
right.
paycheck. So
Oh,
we're
high school wrestlers.
yeah,
Yes.
bullies, man. In most
And the
cases.
problem is, it's just like any job. You got 5 or 6 that are great. You got 3 or 4 that suck.
Yeah, we used to call it the 80-20 rule.
You know,
There's
so
a name
it
that
just
goes with that. I
sucks.
can't
It just
remember.
sucks for the community and everybody else. Well, look, I need to shoot off to a commercial, sir. We have
Have a
way
great day.
over talked our commercials. All right, man. We'll see you later.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. All right, thanks to all my great sponsors. We've been running behind. We'll be right back. I'm gonna shove a bunch of commercials in one shot, and then I'm actually gonna play a Pat Benatar song because I just figure with all the crap we've been dealing with, it kind of fits. We'll be right back.
I sent you a video about a road rage incident that happened in Alwood. It's pretty wild.
I think you're mad, baby, mad. God, I finally found Jesus. I've been looking for like 20 minutes for this article. Homes vandalized and residents threatened in McKinley, Texas over the Black Lives Matters. During the protest movement since the pool party ruckus, they have received death threats and their homes have been vandalized. And now they're yelling at the cops. Jesus, man. Wasn't that funny yesterday at the whenever they did the bags, whenever they bagged all the groceries, what were they being told to do? Hands up!
Oh God, I know that was so sad
Oh,
because we're like, don't yell. Let's talk about that. Don't yell in a grocery store. Hands up!
It's like
Do you see that? Any people that are in the back of the store just hears that.
I was dying laughing every time they said it. Oh boy.
I'm thinking, God, no, don't yell that in a grocery store.
That's as bad as walking up to somebody sitting in an airport terminal and going, "Hey, will you watch my bags?"
Yeah. Oh, remind me when you say that again, and I'm gonna tell you about something I did one time in a grocery store with a bag, and I didn't think about what I was
Yeah,
doing.
Don't think about it.
Ooh, don't look. Did you see that, Steph? No,
Mm-mm.
that's good. No.
Rolls.
Are you looking at those again? You said, ooh, rolls.
Man, I'm like a diet. You saw what I ate yesterday. I had fruit, and then in the evening I had a salad. That stuff just it just doesn't fill me up. Does anybody know of a diet where you feel like you're full instead of freaking starving all the time?
No.
I got to start exercising. I'll be at the doctor's. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I won't be here. Steph, you'll have a chance. Oh, rambling all the time.
No, I went to bed last night. My sugar was off. I woke
Yeah.
up this morning. My sugar was off.
I'm having so much trouble with this. It's ridiculous.
What?
The pre-diabetes thing, you know, and having to freaking cut out sugar and having to do this and having to do that. Man, I have always my whole life I've eaten what the hell I want to eat, and now I'm eating.
I was too.
freaking
You know, how crazy is it that
salad.
How crazy is it this? How crazy is it that as a kid, don't have sugar, don't have sugar, don't have sugar, he's hyper, don't have sugar, don't have sugar. Don't give him sugar. And now it's, I need sugar, I need sugar, I need
Yeah.
sugar, I need sugar.
I'm the other way.
I know, but that's my point. Isn't that just crazy how it works?
Yeah, like last night, my sugar was, and this was before I even ate. But I'm getting Ashley's cold, and any changes could just throw you out of whack. And I drank nothing but water yesterday. Last time I ate lunch at like 1 o'clock, I checked my sugar at 5:30, and it was 181.
Hey,
Then
that's high, right? Okay. Making sure. I didn't know where they rated.
I am supposed to be below 100. I'm
Okay.
supposed to be between.
I'm supposed to be between 1 and 1.
I'm supposed to be between 70,
Jeez.
75 and 100.
Dang,
What I'm
man.
supposed to be.
Hell, just breathing air, there's that much sugar. They're telling me to eat oatmeal.
I'm not supposed to be over 100.
You know,
I-
I'm supposed to be, right now, I'm supposed to be 1 to 125. Okay, they're telling me to eat oatmeal. Have you ever ate oatmeal with just like the raw oatmeal? Holy crap, it's like drywall spack.
Disgusting.
So
But
I got
this-
those little packages, but the problem is I eat 5 of those damn packages.
But this morning I got up and my sugar was 231.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it shouldn't have gone up. It shouldn't have gone up.
Jesus.
And
Are
it
you
went up.
121?
No,
Or
231.
231? God.
But my doctor, when
We're going back live.
when I went and seen him a couple of weeks ago, he saw that.
Yeah. You got dogs? Really?
I got a funny.
And we're back. Singing in the rain.
Is it raining?
No, I
Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
was trying to think of a
Holy-
good slow song, old song like that, and it's fast is what I can think of.
Holy smokes, it rained yesterday. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I watched
I was on my bike.
I know I saw it. Hey, look,
So I'm
you
at
can't fix it.
Horizons. As I'm leaving my driveway, it shows these little clouds in McDonough.
coming due straight north.
No. Everything was going south. It was coming in from the northeast, heading towards, the northwest, coming into the southeast is the way it was going. So here we are looking at like the Kennesaw Woodstock type direction coming this way. But the problem is the clouds were all under us, meaning it already passed. So I get to Horizons. I got to take off this one windshield, put on another windshield, and go for a test drive. And about the time I'm doing that, Stump comes by and says, "Hey, man, you know it's sprinkling down the road." And I'm like, "No, I didn't know." Well, somebody called and told us that we're putting up the bikes. And all of a sudden I look up and there's these black clouds. So I go test drive the first windshield. I come back, I swap out the windshield. I get on the second windshield. I'm going down the road. All of a sudden it's really dark. I get back and I check Doppler and I'm like, holy cow, this just appeared out of nowhere. So then I'm like, I'm going to put my windshield back on. If I would have put my windshield on and left right then, I'd have been okay. As we're watching the Doppler, it looks like a can of spray foam. It just kept going and getting bigger, and it wasn't going southeast anymore. And I was stuck.
Like Chuck.
So then after all the lightning, after all that, it stops raining it goes back to sprinkling. I'm like, okay, I am leaving. I get to Flat Shoals 138, which we already know is a horrible red light at the McDonald's. Excuse me, as I burp. The red light's out. And I'm watching people honking and they're fighting to get through the intersection. I'm like, Scotty Boy's not going to try to go through that intersection on a motorcycle. So I turn right. In the rain, I turn right and I'm going down the road. And, you're stopping and braking sooner because all the cars and, you don't want to drop your bike. You don't want to get hit. I pass Super Target. Everything's going decent. I hit a wet spot and started hydroplaning, which is always the worst fear on a motorcycle. So now we're coming down the big hill, aiming back up to Honey Creek, and I'm noticing the line of cars. I said, oh my God, that means that red light's out. Honey Creek is horrible for wrecks too.
Yes,
So-
especially when that light's out.
Thank God I got to the turn lane, and believe it or not, as I got to the turn lane, there was 3 cars in front of me at this point. I looked to the right, and there's no cars at that red light. I look straight ahead of me. There's only 3 cars that's coming towards Conyers at that moment. And there's only 1 car on Honey Creek where I need to turn left. And I'm thinking, Jesus, thank you. How did this just happen? So literally 2 cars from across the street that's going towards Conyers, they go, I go, and then the one car at that left waits for me to go, and then he goes. And I look in my mirror, and that intersection at this point is now completely empty. And I'm thinking, how is this even possible? Because Honey Creek is horrible.
Yeah. And
Horrible.
a lot of people, when the lights are out, a lot of
They
people
just run
don't-
'em.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
realize you're supposed to treat it as a 4-way stop.
Absolutely.
Well, but there's a catch to that law.
Catch 22.
If there's no lights working, period, you have to treat it as a 4-way stop.
Yes.
But this is where the law is, and the people don't know. When the main road, such as our road, 20 is blinking a caution light,
Yes. Which is
And
the yellow light.
pause, and the other 2 lanes, meaning that have to cross that intersection, are blinking red.
Yes.
That means we don't have to stop on 20. We treat it with caution, and the
Yes.
people with the red lights have to treat it as a stop sign. But the
Yes.
problem is people go, oh, if the lights don't work, you have to treat it as a 4-way stop. Well, the catch is on a high percentage, people truly believe you have to treat it as a 4-way stop. The problem is the 25% of the people that say, well, if it's blinking caution, I don't have to stop. Those guys will be the ones that will actually, by accident, end up being the ones that get hit or causing
Mhm.
somebody to get hit, because everybody in their mind says, well, if the light's out, you have to treat it as a 4-way. And that's not necessarily the case. So the percentages get so out of whack, which is why when it's blinking caution and I had to turn left, I have to pray that the guy on 20 passing Los Charros doesn't hit me.
Mhm. So, in some news,
Mhm.
uh,
So that's as far as we're going with the traffic. Okay. Come on.
there's some sad news I have to report, and yeah, y'all bear with me. I'm gonna try not to cry, but after
Mr. Ed's peanut butter really came dislodged from his mouth.
after
And you didn't get any of it? They call that Buell, right?
after 20 Pule, yeah.
Okay.
After 23 years, Homer and Marge Simpson are legally separating.
Oh!
It's gonna, when the show comes back on in the premiere, it's discovered that after all these years, Homer has narcolepsy, and it's an incredible strain on the marriage. But because I guess he has to take a medication for it, he ends up falling in love with his pharmacist, and him and Marge separate.
He screwed around a couple years back too, did he?
I
Remember the
don't know.
girl? Yeah, the entertainer, the country and western girl. He
Oh, I think he was interested in
yeah,
her. I don't think it went too far.
yeah. No cartoon sex.
Yeah, but I guess that just goes to show that all men are the same.
Oh God.
What are we even talking about? Do I feel scared here?
You should. Homer's gonna have to get a lawyer. That's just weird.
Yeah, that that even cartoon men cheat.
Well, now wait. It didn't say he cheated. It said he had narcolepsy.
But it says he falls in love with his pharmacist.
Fall in love without cheating? Not in the eyes of the Bible, though.
And it says right here, Homer
Okay.
and Marge legally separate.
So Homer and Marge are separating, and they're accusing it over him cheating.
Well, they.
So he's saying he fell in love with his pharmacist,
Yeah.
I've fallen in love with a couple pharmacists
and it's a
before.
friggin' cartoon, and it's a TV show.
But it's funny.
Dude, that show's been
We
running
need
for
to be.
20
We
years.
need it to be funny.
20 freaking years that thing's been running.
Yeah, because it says they've been married for 23 years.
Yeah,
That's how
it's
long
over
Travis and I have been married.
Yeah, so there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
That's
But,
a long-
So you're going to compare your marriage to the Simpsons, and the question is, I don't know which one is more believable.
or which one's on
Which
TV.
one's
No,
more, which one's more funny? Which one has more reality?
my marriage is more like
Which
married with
female has
children.
the better hair? Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, my marriage is like more like married with children.
which
That
was an
makes-
awesome show.
Yeah, I wish they would have redone that show. That would be
Yeah,
cool.
that would be cool.
Well, remember the next door neighbor? What was her name?
Marcy.
Marcy. Marcy was the executive producer of that show.
No, I did not know that.
Yes.
And she was really a lesbian. How funny is that?
Yeah. And then Katie Schlegel, his wife.
Yes.
Katie Seagal.
Seagal, sorry.
Keep going though.
She was pregnant, and remember, and they thought they were going to have a kid. She lost the baby.
Oh
Yeah.
God!
In
So that
real-
on show.
In real life, she lost the baby, so they made it like it was just a dream on the show.
Oh, okay.
She is an amazing actress.
It's funny because I still, even though I was trying to watch her on Sons, I can't stop
Yeah.
thinking that's
Yeah.
Peg Bundy.
Of the Peg Bundy.
I mean, she is an amazing actress. She
And
really
you know,
is.
she also played John Ritter's wife on that 10 Things About Dating My Daughter, the show that he was on where he passed away.
What?
10 Things About Dating My Teenage Daughter or something.
I think
Donna
she-
Blanche.
She played the mom.
I think she might have been in a couple episodes of Lost too.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm lost right now. What episode's that?
But I sent you.
Is that Stevens 27?
Siemens?
Sorry,
what
I
you
was
said?
yawning. I was yawning.
If we make a mistake, you pounce on us.
No. Wait. I was yawning.
You said
I
Siemens.
was yawning, and you hear semen.
No, you said
Where
Siemens.
is your mind?
You said Siemens.
I sent you a video.
I'm yawning, and he hears the word semen.
You said Siemens.
Where's your mind? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about chocolate glazed donuts this morning or
No,
white
man,
glazed
come on now,
donuts?
Come on, now, dude. You see that yesterday? Your brother-in-law.
You see, he's not choosing to talk about
Steph.
glazed donuts.
Steph.
Are they Zach glazed donuts?
Zach Glaze Seaman. I swear to you're bubbling some words.
Oh.
You're bubbling some words today. And this is the only way Steph and I get a hand up, man. It's the only way we can get a point on you is, yeah, you said
Because
you
y'all
said
run
Seaman,
slow.
and you said Zachy or whatever you just said. So
Zach Glaze, the hairdresser. He makes donuts. Zach
hey, wherever you're
glazed donuts.
going. Okay. that's great.
Where's the mental image in that picture?
I'm looking. I am perfectly correct and politically correct. I'm looking at a regular donut like Krispy
So
Kreme.
you don't want to think about Zach glazing a donut.
And
Stephanie-
apparently they don't sell them at Dunkin' Donuts.
Stephanie, help!
I'm trying, but he's ignoring me because
I
I
know,
sent him a video of a road rage incident
Oh,
in Hollywood.
You know what? The hell with both of y'all.
What is it? What happens in the road rage video, by the way?
It was Rage Road.
Have you watched it?
Yes, I have.
Is he screaming and cussing?
Oh no, it's good. And
Can I play it,
Yes,
Stephanie?
you can play it. Yes,
All right, hang
yes.
tight. Here
you
we
can
go.
Play it.
Brawl that apparently blew up over road rage.
Road
Nice
rage.
police asking for your help. Take a look at this video shot by a man who does not want to be identified. Says he was driving in Hollywood yesterday when this happened between two men in two cars, according to
And they're
witnesses.
both
It started
Toyota Camrys.
When the 101 was backed up around 9:30, the witness said the two men in separate cars were screaming at each other.
Holy
and that's
cow,
what
y'all
happened.
should see this video.
Where
That's
is it?
why I
One
sent
of them,
it.
they got out near Highland, near Highway.
One of
9.
them's
One
head
punched
fell
the
back and
other's
almost got hit
Both
by a
men
car.
Got out, exchanged blows. We spoke to the witness by phone this morning.
One guy went into the suicide lane and just passed the other guy, then that guy did it to him, so they were jockeying for position coming down Highland. You see people yell at each other and honk at each other, but you never see them just go fist to cuffs in the middle of the street. And it was definitely the epitome of road rage.
Yeah.
The LAPD says
The crazy
Department
part
of
is-
Transportation officer
Is one of the
witnessed
guys
incident.
was going punching and actually missed the guy's face and pounded his fist on the pavement too.
Yeah, he did.
Dummers.
That was funny.
I tell you what, if
I'm gonna send that to Mike so he
Yeah,
can
I'm,
see
I'm
it.
definitely.
sending it to him.
Okay.
Oh, it look. Is that
All right, now here's the story
Yeah.
about the
Speeding.
cop in the pool people. I wanted to see what this video showed. This is the video from cell phones, so I want to see what it shows.
Yes, a flashlight.
This is crazy because it's really not. Okay, I'm not going.
Dirty dirt.
Well, that is 6 minutes long, and I ain't sitting through 6 minutes to watch that. Sorry, I got more important things to do.
Yeah. Did you get that video, Mike?
I did. Yes, ma'am. Oh, sorry. Yes, ma'am.
But what I am going to do is I'm going to see. I'm pretty sure Brad sent me the sports.
Cool.
Cool.
This is the sports from Brad Johnson, the coach's corner.
Should be a good one. Last night, the Braves game was amazing.
Good morning, Just for Funners. Happy hump day, and this is your coach's corner with Brad Johnson on the fly. I am doing this from my head rather than writing it down this morning, driving on into the office to make a little folding money. Yesterday, the Braves down 5-0 to your Padres, going against a pitcher that had not lost. Come back from 5 down to win 6-5 yesterday at Turner Field. Woo! You got 3 RBIs from Andrelton Simmons, as well as a late home run by rookie Joey Turdoslavich. Yes. You know his nickname. Figure it out. I would have hated that if I was a kid. Woo! Also, tonight in the NHL, you got Game 4 of the Tampa Bay and Chicago series, with Tampa Bay Lightning up 2-1 in that best of 7 for your NHL championship. Coming up Friday, you've got the USA women's national team versus Sweden at 8 o'clock. Yes, I do like me some soccer, and especially some World Cup, so I will be catching that game. And then last night, Game 3, your NBA Finals, LeBron, the king, steps up again. Bam, they win 96-91 over Golden State. LeBron, all he did was have 40 points. Didn't have a triple-double, but still 40. Just another day at the office for the king. As well as he has 123 points in 3 finals games. That actually passes the great Jerry West at 118, and as well Rick Barry at 122. LeBron's quote is, "I don't know if I can keep these numbers up." We'll see. I mean, my God, nobody can stop him. You know, he gets what he wants. Poor Steph Curry just couldn't will. The MVP couldn't will his team to a win in Game 3 last night, but that's all right. Game 4 will be coming up in a day or two. So, this has been your coach's corner with Brad Johnson. To the crew, you guys have a great, blessed day, and do it just for fun. We'll see you.
I did it just for fun.
Cool beans, man.
They just told me don't get none on you.
We love you, Brad.
Brad's awesome. He did great at the drag show. I almost got him in trouble, though. You would have known if you'd have been there. But I tried to send over some people. Don't you look at me like that. You bite your lip.
Who?
You think a death excuses you from a drag show?
Oh my God, what just happened?
You have no comeback. We finally found something that totally shut Mike up.
I'm over here looking at something, and
he's like, "I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the event, Scotty, but I had the death in a family and had things to do." I'm like, "Ah."
Yeah, well, that's true. We had the death in the family.
What time was the funeral?
Oh, it was during the day, 1 o'clock.
Okay, the drag show was at 10 o'clock that night.
Yeah, I know, but still, you
could have wore the same dress you went to the funeral in.
And then
no comeback to that one.
Yeah, and here's the thing: the funeral for the very close friend of the family is today at 1 o'clock.
Wow.
And it's up in Gainesville. I won't be going to that one, but
I just thought you could wear the same dress.
Connie's going to go to that one. I'm going to go get Dino because he's got an archery class tonight.
Hey, now listen, everybody. I'm going to have to pump this video in. This is Oz doing the broadcast, being here before. Golly, I'm sorry, my throat, y'all. Before Channel 5 got here. Push play, Scott. Come on.
Welcome to another edition of SIPN Atlanta Community News with yours truly, Marcus Salette. We're launching our community initiative, Operation Slowdown. This safety initiative is geared to help those driving through residential communities to slow down. Stay tuned. This is SIBN Atlanta.
This summer and fall, we're launching our new initiative in cooperation with those communities who want to participate, Operation Slowdown. The reason for this initiative is simple: keeping our children and families safe in residential communities where drivers are not following the posted speed limit.
SIBN Atlanta joined Fox 5 News as well as Commissioner Oz Nesbitt in support of DJ Scotty as he shines the light on this most common problem, where drivers cutting through his particular street, Underwood Drive, do not follow the speed limit that is posted. This concern is a common practice in many residential communities. DJ Scotty had a chance to talk with Fox 5. Let's hear what he had to say.
Just wish it wouldn't have taken me having to stand up and be the loudmouth DJ guy to do this. But again, if nobody would have stood up, this would have kept happening. And I'm very proud of Rockdale Sheriff's Department for being out here doing it, because for every ticket they give, that's one less chance of a kid getting hurt.
Joining us now is Commissioner Oz Nesbitt in a particular community in Rockdale County or Conyers, Georgia, where some of these issues have been so prevailing that DJ Scotty and others have band together to ensure that law enforcement will pay attention to the speeders who have no regards for the posted speed limit in a residential and also school community. Commissioner, thank you for joining us.
Well, good to be here with SIBN Atlanta News. Doing fine here in Rockdale County today.
Talk about the neighborhood challenge that you are facing there in Rockdale County as those residents are speaking up, speaking out, and speaking on the traffic violators that are driving through their communities.
Well, I'm concerned, and that's the reason why we're reporting and talking with you, Marcus, because we've got so many calls and concerns from several of our residents in the Underwood area out here in Rockdale County. We're located between two schools, Memorial Middle School as well as Salem High School. And we've gotten reports, we've received several reports about speeding motorists before and after school hours.
I will share
hours,
this, by the way, for everybody
school
as
buses, students who are driving to school, also school employees and the residents that live in this area. We're out here, we're concerned about safety. This is all about safety, and we really want to get this situation under control.
We here at SIBN Atlanta, we're proud to launch not only with your cooperation, but with the cooperation of other residents and commissioners in other counties as they share their information of violation of speeders in their neighborhoods. We are proud to launch Operation Slowdown. I know that you have a message for our viewers as you are there in Rockdale County serving your constituents there. What is the number one message that you want to share with community leaders, community residents, and also those drivers who are driving through a variety of communities throughout the day?
Well, the number one message is slow down. The number one message is safety. The number one message is family. That's why I'm out here as one of the commissioners. I've reported this incident to the local sheriff's office. Sheriff Levitt and his team have worked very, very closely with trying to bring the situation under control. They've dispatched deputies out here. They've also mounted up a stationary speed detection device, as you can see down on the other end of the road, to be able to track, monitor, and capture the speed of motorists coming down the road. As you can see, people just don't slow down, and we're encouraging folks to slow down in this community because we're going to have more and more incidents and accidents. We've already had a fatality in this area, and we're just asking people to slow down here in Rockdale County.
Well, Commissioner, thank you so much for joining us right here on SIBN Atlanta News as we ourselves, as I said earlier, in conjunction with residents and law enforcement and commissioners, those who are serving constituents respectively in varying counties. Thank you so much for helping us to launch Operation Slowdown. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us, and we appreciate SIBN Atlanta being out here in Rockdale County.
If you have a complaint about those who are driving through your neighborhood with no regards to the posted speed limit, please not only let your law enforcement officials know about that in writing if you can, but also your county officials. And let us know as we're launching Operation Slowdown, encouraging safety for driving in residential, particularly residential communities. Well, until next time, my name is Marcus Salette. I'll see you on location or right here in the newsroom.
All right, there's that. That's kind of cool. And
Yeah.
I'm sharing it right now. And I'm just saying, please share this for me. We have to take a stand. And, you know, we have to band together.
Yes.
Yep, and the one that Fox 5 wrote up, the
That's
interview,
tomorrow.
Yes, that will be on between 5:30 and 7:30.
But it's going to play a few times between 5:30 and 7:30 a.m.
I'm sure we can ask her to send us a clip.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure I have it videoed. Of course, I'll probably just video it like I do some of the other stuff on my phone, but that's fine as long as I can get it out there, and then I'll find their stuff and go from there. You know,
that will be our public safety announcement.
That's right.
So I mean, obviously, always doing stuff for the community.
That's right.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea that you're out there just being a you know what. Man, while we were sitting there filming that,
well, see, that's the problem is people. Go ahead. I'll go to this other part.
We're sitting out there and we're talking, Steph and I, what you're doing, you know, all the point of contact stuff, and these people are zinging by. Check this out. It's 35. I get that. Okay, it's 35 miles per hour. Yeah, you got to pay attention. You know, you go to 40. Yeah, you know. Here's the thing.
45, I don't even have a problem with. But why is there a Mercedes running 57?
That's
or 60.
One dump truck shot through at 55 miles an hour.
It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely
And that's
crazy.
loaded.
Yeah, completely
He ain't
loaded.
gonna stop for 400 feet. I mean,
Right.
you know. So that's my concern is that, okay, so yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm real big on muscle memory and habits and all that other stuff, right? Okay, so you're doing 45 to 57. What happens when school time comes up?
Yeah.
And you know, because I lived less than a mile from here, and you know as well as I know, when school lets out, those sidewalks are nothing but kids. It looks like a concert's let out. And the thing about it is, okay, here we are. You're pointing this out.
Right.
Law enforcement. I would love to find out how many tickets they wrote yesterday.
Yeah.
Be very interesting. And I would be very interested to sit in court on that day.
Oh yeah.
And listen, because I want to hear people say, "Oh, it was entrapment. Oh, it was this." Come on, man. 2 schools and the residential. area.
Wait. How is it entrapment when you are speeding? How is it entrapment when you get caught with Mary J. Wanna in your car? How is it entrapment when you are doing these things? How is that entrapment? That's what pisses me off.
Because the cop wasn't seen for, you know. Hey, let me explain something to you. Do you notice that most police cars have reflective decals on their car?
Yes.
Do you know why?
So you can see them in the dark.
That's right. It is a requirement that, you know, the certain glint occurs. And that's not for, hey, so I can get the cop and wave to him because we have an injury or something over here. No, it's so that lawbreakers can identify the cop from a quarter of a mile. We are feeding a community. We are feeding a atmosphere. We're feeding whatever you want to call it. I'm here to tell you, Jeff told you that story about the Politan and all that other stuff. Just as a joke yesterday, when we were working in the Loganville Kroger, whenever the baggers, it was a bag off, it was competition. But whenever the competition, whenever they were all done bagging it, putting it in the carts, they were yelling, "Hands up, hands up." And I'm like, do you see all these people around you that are going, hands up? What? You see that? We can't even say 2 words without it you know, looking like
that's
some type
the problem. But the
on.
problem is that is a problem. Why if I was in a bank and yelled, "Stop! Don't do that," how would that look?
Or if
you're in a grocery store and you're screaming, "Hands up!" Holy cow! Can you imagine?
You ever, you know, like ask somebody to watch your bag or something like that at an airport?
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
I'm surprised there wasn't any 911 calls from people in the back of the store.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I could see that.
You know, just for fun, radio is a lot of fun, right? Scotty, you asked me to lead into the story about bags in the airport. I led into it.
About what?
You told me to remind you.
Okay.
Steph.
Sorry, I was spinning. I had to send speeding pictures to a company. So listen, I was taking care of Publix grocery store back in the day doing electrical work, and I used to carry tool bags, right?
Sure.
Well, I got tired of the big, heavy tool bags, so I was in an Army Navy surplus.
Awesome.
I bought the black small bag. It's like 12 inches long. You know what I'm talking about? It's made out of canvas. So I then go to work at this Publix right up the road from my house. And it's an old school Publix, which if you knew the designs, if you walked into the area where the buggies was, in the middle of the front was the ATM, and then it had a left side door and a right side door. And then you walked in, and then there was another set of doors. So I go to tell the story, and you're going to go pee now. So as I get ready to leave, the bench that's between the two doors, I slid my black bag while I went to go get my ticket signed. The next thing I know, I hear all this stuff going over the PA system. They're asking for the manager up front. I'm talking to the manager. People are freaking out because I didn't think about this was only like 6 months after Olympic bombing.
They thought your bag was a
They
bomb.
thought that the black bag slid under the bench, zipped up, was a bomb. And I'm having to then explain to the manager, no, sir, that is my tool bag. I slid it right there because I knew you were going to meet me up here at the front of the store. Didn't think about it. Everybody's flipping out like there's a bomb at the
So you always start trouble everywhere you go then.
everywhere I go, there's always going to be trouble. There's nothing I can do about it. Everywhere I go, there's trouble.
Wow. That's too funny.
And
I
it
can
just
see
sucks.
that.
That's the point.
Oh, that's an interesting article.
And
10 warning
hey,
signs that Alzheimer's.
You didn't try to zap him because he had to get up and go to the bathroom.
He doesn't get under my skin like you do.
Is that sexual?
No.
Harassment. Her ass, I meant. Is that harassment now that I said it like that?
I can't take aspirin.
Doc said I was supposed to take aspirin 3 times a day. I kept taking harassment 3 times a day. I don't know what the problem was. Okay.
How about
that one was a little out there. Nobody got that one.
Wow, I'm gonna go ahead.
So let's talk about the tacos at the Taco Bell place on 138 and roaches being found in their tacos. Oh
my God.
When?
Just say it.
Is that something recent?
Why, Steph? Does this bother you?
Well, I don't go to that one anymore.
Okay,
I go
then.
to the one on Salem Road.
I was wondering why you were getting so stressed the hello out. Boy, she was like, when? But yes, roaches reported.
We're never. You just stop eating out. What can you say?
Yeah.
I like Five Guys. Since we're talking about eating out.
Well, I heard you like Five Guys. One after another.
They got a lot.
Oh my God!
They got a lot.
Did
of
he say that?
spuds.
Did I do that?
What's your
talking
favorite?
about Willis?
What's your favorite restaurant? Favorite restaurant?
Oh wow, that's a hard one.
Well, it's like. Wait. I was just saying.
Shut up.
I was gonna say it's like girls, but then I thought, well, that wouldn't sound right after. Oh, it's a hard one. No, my point was gonna be, it's kind of like saying what's hotter, blondes or brunettes, and there's different kinds.
Blondes.
There's different kinds though. There's like Pam Anderson blondes, and then there's like hot, non-Pam Anderson types that are, Elizabeth Hurley types.
Without DJ Scotty in this to death, what's your favorite restaurant? Where do you like to eat? If I said, hey, it's on me, where do you want to go?
Don Telio's.
Oh my God. Why? That's your favorite?
Yes.
Wow.
Even though the last 2 times I went, when I bit down into the piece of chicken that I had, there was
then
a
how in
bone
the hell
it.
is it your favorite, Steph? It's my favorite, except for the last 2 times I went there. It was really bad.
No,
Listen,
the food wasn't
I'm
bad.
going to mute you. The last 3 times I've been there, the service was not great.
The service was great. The food was great, except for when I bit into the chicken and got a bone in my mouth. But that just shows they use real chicken.
It just shows somebody didn't do their job correctly, Steph.
Yeah, they didn't debone the chicken right.
Oh, my God. I love drinking Coca-Colas, but I hate the taste of them. That's what you just said,
Well, you
Stephanie.
need one of those Cokes that
Stephanie, that's what you just said.
Have a Coke with ices.
Oh, you're
Did you
such
see
an
those?
idiot.
No, I'm not.
My favorite restaurant is Donatello's, but the last few times I've been there wasn't so good. Really?
No, the food was good until I bit the chicken.
I love the fact that Mike says, if I was going to offer to take you somewhere, where would you want to go? Donatello's?
Why?
Why?
Because I bit into a piece of chicken and I got a bone in my mouth. Well, let's go there twice.
Where was the best place you ever had sex? Jail, because I was right there a couple times. Then why would you want to call that your best time, Stephanie?
I'm trying. I don't even know where to go.
You don't even know what to say at this point.
Los Charros is good too. I don't like that new one.
Get me found on that one. Los Charros is good too, but I don't
like that one.
I don't like that new Mexican restaurant. Of
You're an
Cellos
idiot.
Or
You're
whatever
an
it's
idiot.
called.
You're an idiot.
No.
The way that you just worded this.
I know, and I did it purposely
Oh my
for a laugh.
God.
Sure you did.
I
So
did.
the new restaurant that's over in the Green Pea, the big Green Peas parking lot,
Yes,
you don't care for.
I don't care for that.
I actually care for their food a little bit. It's pretty
Yeah,
good. The
I-
service is remarkable.
You sent me over there.
I like it.
Mine,
It's a little
mine
more
was a little
peaceful.
hairy. I'll just leave it at that.
Well, because you didn't beat your feet.
I have an
Okay,
issue
Stephanie,
with
where
that.
else would you want to go eat that you really don't have a problem with?
O'Charlie's. O'Charlie's is good. I love O'Charlie's.
Yeah, I
love
never
their
have
soup.
I never have a problem with O'Charlie's.
Yeah, I love.
I got to
their
give it
soup.
up to Chip, the manager. I never have
Yes.
a problem there.
He's awesome.
Nice. Always nice.
That's funny.
How about you, DJ Scotty? What place do you don't like that you want to go to?
I know, right?
McDonald's.
I normally
CC.
I normally have some decent service. A lot of the places I go, and I just don't go back if it's bad. I mean, you know, I can't really off the top of my head think of any place that I don't want to go.
So no second chances. If somebody screws up, that's it.
No. I'll still give them a second chance. I mean, you know,
And a third.
and it depends on what I want to eat. Because like Mammy's down on Brownsbridge. Good God,
I
oh my!
still have never ate there.
Are you serious?
What is wrong with you?
I've never had Mammy's.
Collard greens, cornbread,
Biscuits,
good
best biscuits
Lord.
in the world.
I think
like
that's
collard
I
greens.
think that might be lunch as soon as the show's over in a few minutes.
I know it closes quick, so it ain't.
Well, if
open
you
all
want to
day.
go, we'll go. I'm in the mood.
I'm in the mood.
I'm in the mood for love.
Simply because you're with me.
That's not directed towards you, Stephanie. Don't smile at me that way.
Um,
And that thing, it looked like a tooth. That chiclet just came out of your mouth. Please put it back in your mouth.
No, all my teeth are here.
I didn't.
They're
I said
all
the thing. It
real.
looks like a chiclet. Oh my God. So, what other restaurants do you love? Not like
what's your favorite
Taco Bell.
What's your favorite restaurant you don't want to go to? Look,
Again, this is why I need to make that page so everybody just vent their stuff. But
yeah. Well, you know what? Have you ever heard of suck pages? Like WalmartSucks.com or
Yeah.
Those used to be big. I don't know if they're big.
Yeah, I just figured if we made something that all the people that we all know just share, you
Well,
know.
I can do that. I can do a just for fun.
Because I don't have a, I don't know if I want Just for Fun's name on it though.
Of course not.
You know, I really truly don't know. I mean, there's a couple of car service places I would never want to send my vehicles to anymore because that costs me money. But to say food places, I mean, the problem is food places, just because you have one crappy employee that screwed up something doesn't mean the whole business has to suffer from it.
No.
I mean, look at Walmart. You have one idiot that does something stupid and Walmart gets slammed forever. You know, salmonella much has nothing to do with.
Well, that's
Never
also
mind.
the same Walmart where they're tracing back that our card number was stolen.
Uh-oh.
And you
So-
have to wonder how that was even possible too.
Yeah. Well, I tell you this, you're absolutely right. One employee can ruin, especially in food and beverage.
Oh, yeah.
One employee can ruin it. And so where's management?
And I don't know that there's one that I've ever said I will. I don't think there's ever been a place I'd say I just refuse to ever go back. Oh, besides that Chinese restaurant across from Fronteras.
Oh yeah.
And I don't
remember that one that had the roaches.
Yeah, Silver Dragon.
On the wall. That one I refuse to go back in. That truthfully is the only place I can honestly say I refuse to ever go back in. I don't think I've ever really just been to a place other than that. And that's sad. Now that I think about it, like there's not one place that I've refused to ever go back, but that's it.
Well,
I love like Journey's Inn and stuff like that. I love those type of buffets, but good Lord. Go ahead.
For me, and as crazy as it sounds, Outback, Travis agrees with me.
What in the hell could they have done?
The food was good, but you pay like $15 for steak and shrimp, and you come out and you have a steak that's about the size of the top of a
hamburger
can.
bun.
Yeah, and 3 shrimp. And you pay $15 for this.
Right.
You go away hungry.
I get what you're saying though. So you're just saying they're overpriced.
Yeah, they're overpriced.
So you personally just don't want to go back. Not that you really had a bad experience.
Yeah, I didn't have a bad experience there. Yeah, no. Just for the
Man,
price.
I want Cracker Barrel now. She said Outback. Cracker Barrel's behind Outback. I'm thinking scrambled cheese eggs with a lot of pepper, some gravy and biscuits. Come on, Mike. Where are we going for lunch, dude?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm a fat guy. Just
so we can go to Cracker Barrel then. I got
to tell you, I love the Chinese food place.
I just like to eat now.
Yeah, the Chinese food place. I know somebody didn't feel well.
Which
last
one?
Time. The one we always go to.
Mandarin?
Yeah.
I love Mandarin.
Somebody didn't feel well last time after we went. Which one of it was it?
I don't remember. I think it was
might
just.
be you.
I think it was just me. Oh, I think I just wasn't feeling well. It had nothing to do with the food.
Yeah, you overate.
Yeah, I overate. Yeah, that wasn't the food was bad. That was the food was too good.
Yeah,
because I overate.
That was Scotty.
Yeah,
we can't write that in the report.
Well, there should be. I need to know a cutoff for California rolls. I need to say no. I love them.
I never eat sushi anywhere other than places that I see it being made.
Ooh, I can't go to Chinese today. Though, by the way, I have to take my wife to Tokyo tonight.
Okay.
I just was thinking, keep going. Sorry. Because as quick as we started talking about California rolls, I'm like, ooh,
you got all excited.
Yeah, that's a good place, Tokyo.
That's why I'm fat now. Is I love food, man.
Tokyo, I've been going there ever since it opened. And I got to tell you, never once. Well, I had a problem with another customer one time. But, and that's because my big mouth. They were drunk. It was Friday night. Me and somebody were sitting at the bar. And we were eating sushi and all that other stuff, and they were waiting. Well, instead of waiting up front, they came over by the bar, and they were like, "Hey, sushi man, give him a burr." And I'm like, "Well, it's not
a beer."
Yeah, a burr.
Okay, I thought that's what you said.
And I said, "Well, this really isn't that kind of bar, dude. This is a sushi bar and all that other stuff."
This is a sushi bar.
He goes, "So I can't get a burr?" I'm like, "Well, So I looked over at the guy that I know, and he gave him a beer. But that's not what you do at a sushi bar. You sit down and you talk about the meal.
Yeah, it's a sushi bar.
Yeah, and that's not where you wait. All the way on the other side of the
It's
bar.
not a bar. It's a sushi bar.
So I was there with a friend of mine, and I happened to mention. I said, "Can you believe this?" And he said, "Can you believe what?" And I turned around and I said, "Buddy, let me tell you something. This is not the person you want to deal with in public.
You want to dance?"
Yeah. So I said, I just looked at him and looked him straight in the eyes and gave him a warning. I said, "Dude, just back up, leave me alone. I'm not the kind of guy you want to deal with." And so he turned
You
around.
don't dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
And his woman turned around and said, "Who the F are you?" And I said, "Oh, well, that's it. I'm the guy who's about to call the police. And just one thing I would like to say." And she said, "What's that?" And I said, "This is a little fashion statement. You shouldn't wear 3 different leopard patterns." And then, like they said,
dude, she was so big, it took 3 damn different leopards.
3 different.
Sorry, I had to go there.
And you know what? She knew.
Stephanie's just shaking her head.
She knew what I said. The guy, he didn't have a clue. He was like, "Hell, leopard pattern, leopard pattern." you mean 3 different leopard
I don't
patterns?
agree with wearing animal print anything. It is. I am just so over that. Animal print is some 1980s crap, some 70s
Well,
crap.
you know.
Who wears prints? Either wear the real animal or don't wear it.
Or
Just like, oh my God.
all I can tell you is
I'm
love
wearing
the
some
food.
imitation parachute pants. They're fake parachute pants.
They're not
What
made
do
out
you
of real bears.
What do you mean? They're not real parachutes? Not the kind that come off. No. No, this don't go behind a dragster. No, sir. That's not quite what we're talking about.
So there you go. That's
It
it.
come from a tarp that I jumped off a deck with one time and traded it like it was a parachute, but that's no.
All right. Well, you still have not said what your favorite restaurant is.
Me?
Yeah.
He has so many.
I
of
don't
them.
know. I mean, it's what flavor are we talking about?
Man, so, okay, I'm gonna tell you.
I like so much. I don't know that I have a one place I want to go.
Really, I
Where do I eat the
love-
most? I eat O'Charlie's the most.
Well, yeah, but that's. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about special occasion. But you did tell you
Like I would love to go to Provino's right now.
Oh God, yes.
We're gonna
never
end
ate
up,
there
we're gonna
either.
end up driving to Snellville, aren't we?
I love that place.
Why are we talking about food when we're hungry?
Because I'm a fat guy. I'm a fat guy on a diet.
So there's an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet that's in the same parking lot that Provino's is. That's the best
Yeah, it's really
all-you-can-eat Chinese I've ever had in my life.
And it's a huge place.
It's
place in the corner
awesome.
of the hot and
Yep.
cold place. Yeah.
Right
Really
next to
good.
Army Navy surplus too.
Hey man, whole
Yeah,
afternoon.
man.
Whole afternoon.
Whole
Okay.
afternoon's getting planned right now. I Top Pond's right down the road from there.
Yeah, screw that. What you call it? Fogo de Chao.
Who? Baby?
You've never eaten at Fogo
I
de
don't
Chao?
even know.
Fogo de Chao is a Brazilian steakhouse. I can't believe you've never eaten.
Eaten?
at
Nope.
Fogo de Chao.
Nope. I don't even know where it is.
Basically, it's you just pay to get in, but you don't. You pay the bill at the end there. But it's for dinner. It's about 55.
Where?
Bucks. I'd have to look it up. It's not far. It's here in Atlanta.
Okay.
You go in, and of course, these guys are called gauchos, and they are running around this place.
Last name Marks?
Nope. With skewers of all different types of Brazilian cuisine, and you flip over.
How safe is that?
What you look at what's it's looks very much like a coaster. It's green on one side, red on the other. And if you flip it over in green,
It says Heineken on one side and Budweiser on the other.
No.
Sorry.
They come over and you say
Sorry.
they're like medium rare, or they got chicken, or they got quail wrapped in bacon. It's amazing. Since you've never been, we're
We'll
gonna
have to go one
experience
day.
it. Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to go
It's
to Roof's Chris Steakhouse,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I've never
Roof's-
gone there
Roof's
either.
is good, too.
I mean, I've eaten a lot of places, but man, food is so good in so many different places. Like I'll tell you, the coolest thing I've eaten lately is at the Home Depot on 78, and the Lilburn. It's considered the Lilburn Home Depot,
Right.
78. To the right of it is a little Mexican grocery store,
Mhm.
and you go in and you can order food, and they'll make it right there. That is probably the smoothest, best thing I've eaten. My buddy Billy takes me up there all the time. It's probably just the coolest thing I've eaten in a long time. I mean, it's just so cool, smooth, nice. I really, truly, food. I like food nowadays.
I do too, unfortunately. But pre-diabetic, got to start thinking about.
Yes.
Right now, the big thing is sugars. I gotta control my sugars.
And everything white is bad for you.
Steph,
That was a racial,
what conversation are you on? And I would prefer you
that was
to
so
stop
racist.
saying that.
Race
Well,
baiting.
that's what they say when you go to your doctor and you get diagnosed with the diabetes, that anything white is bad for you.
No more
You
sugar
gotta-
for you.
You got to do away with all the white bread, the
You
white
got to do away with all the
rice.
whites. Oh my God.
Yes.
Stephanie,
You
you're
racist.
so wrong.
You're a racist.
But the medicine they give you is white, so go figure.
Good Lord. You just keep making this situation worse.
You got to get rid of everything white.
Stephanie,
Here's your
shut it up.
prescription. It's
Leave it to
white.
the redneck to say it and it sound really bad.
I'm
And the
so
Gavin,
confused.
the
Is there
Gavin
anything
thing is
anybody
white.
else do you think you could
Hey, I'm just talking about my diabetes.
any other people you think you could criticize, talk smack about?
Just talking about my diabetes.
Yeah, that's all. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah, because we didn't say any of that.
What you talking about, Willie?
Yeah, I'm talking about my diabetes and the medicine, and all that.
Did y'all see that pork grilled cheese sandwich I posted?
Why you gotta start talking about pork while she's talking all that prejudice stuff?
They take like 4 pieces of thick bacon, they lay it down, and it's got a grilled cheese sandwich that's about to be made, not grilled yet. They lay it down on the bacon, they fold the bacon up, and then they fold 4 more slices of bacon around it, cook the bacon, cut it open at an angle, ooey gooey cheese. It looks amazing.
I can't do bacon, so I can't do any of that.
That's a
stuff
sin.
anymore.
And yeah,
I was told absolutely no bacon.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my god.
If you,
I'd be better off juggling chainsaws than eat a piece of bacon.
I thought bacon was okay.
No,
it's the grease, man.
You can think pork's okay, but pork's actually even though they say it's the other white meat, it's actually bad for you.
I thought that was chicken.
No, chicken is white meat. They consider pork the other white meat.
Well, what's the other white meat, Stephanie?
I don't know. Turkey. I don't know. But if you get diagnosed with diabetes, you can eat all the watermelon that you want.
Oh my God. She's such a racist.
No, I've got watermelon in my wow. Okay then.
All right, we're out of here, everybody.
Squirrel.
It's time to go. We went over, but we can't make up our minds if we're here. What's that make you think about? We can't make up our minds if we're 10 or 10:30. I say let's just keep floating it.
The leaning.
It's a floater.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Pizza.
Look at the picture.
It's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Shut up, Mike.
It's spelled almost the same. All right, we're out of here, everybody. Y'all have a great day. We are complete and utter morons.
We're moronic.
Don't let our sophistication fool you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because we know absolutely nothing that we know what we're talking about.
No.
Don't judge our book by our Amazon rating.
Don't judge our color by our appearance.
And if you have a favorite restaurant, tell us what you don't like about it.
Yeah, if you have a favorite restaurant, please tell us why you don't eat there anymore.
Wow.
I mean, that's just, I'm just saying.
Fun day today.
And do away with all your white stuff.
Oh my
But
God.
eat watermelon.
Oh, Stephanie, shut up. God, Stephanie, could you be any worse?
We're going to hell.
In a handbasket with a white robe on and a hood.
Get rid of all your white.
Stephanie is a moron. Oh my God. Please deliver all pipe bombs to West Porterdale. Stephanie's address, please. Don't light the funhouse up.
And don't
because of Steph. Follow the blue van. She has a very distinctive van.
Follow the tan van.
No, she has a
Gold
very,
van.
very distinctive van. You can find her anywhere.
Yeah, follow the van that has just for fun on it.
Now, because she put her sticker back on it. All right, we're out of here, everybody. Have a great day. We will talk to y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks for hanging out. I don't know what else to say. I kind of almost feel like we've said way too much already.
There's a line, and apparently we've crossed it.
I think we double dutched jump roped on it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of double dutch, Oz says you need to have a song.
Why do
in
I bring
your
up double dutch and you got to bring up Oz? What?
Because he wanted to hear Double Dutch Bus yesterday.
I'll have to look for it.
And I could not find it anywhere. So
All
I don't
right,
think it's
we're out of here if it's safe. And I'm not going to tell you where we're going to eat because I don't want you meeting me there and trying to club one of us like baby seals.
Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon? After what? After everything else we've done today?
Like yesterday, I was talking about applying for a job at Applebee's. Too soon.
Ask him why.
Why?
You heard in the news, right? That guy got shot.
Oh, that
people are dying for that position. I heard traffic must be bad there because somebody got killed trying to leave the parking lot.
A lot of crime scene tape. That's what we need here.
Crime scene tape.
Roll the whole studio.
So Mike was making jokes yesterday. He's like, too soon tonight. Because he leans over and I'm working. I'm trying to listen to them. I'm trying to listen to them say, go, and then put your hands up. And Mike's leaning over and says, look, I'm getting a part-time job as an assistant manager at at Applebee's, and I looked over, and I'm like,
Okay.
for real, dude? You're fixing to go get a job? He goes, no, I'm retired, fool.
And he looks at me and goes, oh. And I went, what, too soon? And then
Get up on that mic. Get on the mic. Get on the mic.
He made some jokes yesterday, too.
On which one?
The ones up underneath your breath. You were making
Wait, which jokes? Because I did. I lit up the Applebee's one.
Yeah, that was inappropriate.
That's why I said I heard the traffic there must be bad because people are getting killed trying to leave the parking lot.
Okay, so
Awful,
the people
awful,
keep
awful.
standing.
I'm sorry. It's a radio show, people. I'm sorry.
The
It's not like there's missing children because of Wayne, and I'm playing another one bites the dust.
Here's the thing is that people kept standing in front of him so he couldn't see the competition, so he couldn't get his timing right. Well, the funny thing is one guy that is apparently up in management, he kept yelling back at us what songs to play and stuff like that. He was the one that kept standing right in front of everybody.
Yes.
And we'd go, hey, man, you need to move to the side. And he'd go, oh, okay, sorry, no problem.
And then he'd be right back
2
there.
minutes later, he's right back in front of you. And so it's just, I asked Scotty, do you want me to move him? And he's like, no, don't act up here. And so, I mean, Sean was doing a good job. He was trying to help too. So you were making jokes about that. And then the funniest one probably had me in stitches is where the woman came over and she said, I want you to play music when we're not talking.
Oh, God, yes.
And then she goes back over there. They don't stop talking.
And I'm
So
looking
he's
at him
finger on the
going,
button.
and the problem too is they keep walking behind people. So they stop talking. I start slowly turning the volume up, and then they yell over the mic because they think they got to yell louder than the music. And then I ease the music back down, and then a few seconds go back, and I'm like, okay, nobody's talking. Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe? Hey, oh God, it's not safe. And I'm like, these people.
But that's just DJ.
That's just part of
Yeah,
it. That's part of
DJ
what we have to
things.
deal with. It's just funny.
And you had some. I think the music you played during what we refer to as gap stops.
Yes.
The music you played was certainly entertaining the crowd.
So I played Benny Hill, and people were dancing out there to the Benny Hill theme
It
song.
was
Because you got to play silly music. I should have had some more clown type music to play, but
it was good. I think that, and then the music you played while they were bagging, and then the music you played, we had people dancing. Now, see, it's very difficult for some of those people to dance in front of.
And then there was this ugly
supervisor.
chick standing there, and she says, "Look,
Would you have to say ugly?
we might have to double bag this one." And I'm like, yes, you're right.
Going to hell.
And
going to hell.
nobody called it. And I'm like, you do. You're going to need to double bag that one.
There was a couple that were just blurted out, and just
Nobody called it.
Caught it. Nobody looked back at us. You were saying stuff, and I go, "Okay, here we go." You look. Nobody even looked back at us. But the people were very nice.
Yeah, it's just a few times you have to kind of watch it because you never know what somebody eavesdropping might only hear a piece and not know what they heard.
So it was a good time. It was good.
It was
time.
hilarious.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I really.
It
did.
was absolutely
It was
hilarious.
freaking pouring when we showed up.
Oh yeah.
Holy Kirschmo.
When I got to the parking lot, and I got them wet.
Mm-hmm.
So how about them trees, y'all? We're out of here. Everybody have a great day. We'll see y'all on the flip side.
See you.
Bye, y'all.
Everybody stay out of trouble.
I'll be back Friday.
Oh, you're not going to be here tomorrow. That's
No,
right.
sir. I have a doctor's appointment.
I forgot.
Up home.
Stephanie. Squirrel! Somebody somewhere find me a stuffed squirrel, and I will hang it like in a noose from the ceiling of this studio. Good God. Everybody have a great day. We will see y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
You going to say bye? Mike, you going to say bye? You going to say bye?
I'm trying to think of all the
Hold on. Parade wave.
I need to get rid of. And I'm looking on Amazon.
We'll
for
see y'all
squirrel.
later. Everybody have a good day.